Did you get my full by the way or no?
Yeah, yeah, I got those.
Okay. That'll work. Okay, that's perfect then.
Yep.
Wow, Street actually having all public goals? What a shocker.
That's a cool goal you got there. Rescue Thump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's Sazen's goals is
So the one that doesn't show up very often.
he's going through some stuff. It's difficult
I
time
see.
for him at the moment.
I see.
Yeah, he was explaining in private messages somewhat. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
earlier it was just bad scheduling, and this time it's just, mental health stuff. So it's like, it is what it is. I mean, we can
I
figure it
hate
out.
mental.
Yeah,
I
things
hate
things
mental
come
shit,
up.
man. I hate mental shit, man.
We're all mentals here.
Well, no shit, sure.
I'm actually trying to go to therapy, which is kind of fun.
Oh, I don't need therapy. I just deal with it with D&D.
Fair enough.
Therapy was the best and worst thing I ever did. Because it made me
Oh.
realize my problems, and then it made me realize why I'm causing my problems. Oh man. So I got Sazen's goals. Screep, I got the two or all three public. That's a change. Save Thump and retrieve Alera's body to perform a funeral rite that Lithius once knew. Learn more about Gorag, and learn more about who Lithius was. And then
Can I ask, is it Gorag or Gorag?
Gorag.
Gorag.
So-
Gorag, yeah.
Gorag, okay.
Gorag.
yeah,
I don't know why I kept wanting to say Gorag.
if you hover over his name on the map, it has the spelling as well.
I can't actually access Foundry these days.
Oh yeah.
I tried it with the other session with the other group, Daddy's group, one that me and Silver are in.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're slowly switching to Foundry. Because but I can't. I can't seem to fucking. It doesn't allow me.
Is it just what do you have? What problem are you having with Foundry?
When I click any link that you guys give so I can join in or whatnot, it does not allow me to really join in. It just gives me constant errors. No matter the site I'm on.
When you can send me a screenshot, because I might know some fixes, but I don't know until I actually see the problem.
She's a wizard. She'll wave her fingers and magically it'll be fixed.
I can also ask the Foundry VTT server because they have troubleshooting stuff.
Yeah, I was going through that with.
Be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I was going through that when I was having connectivity issues, and I went on the Discord, and I explained what I was doing. He's like, "Oh, you gotta just check this one box," and everything was fixed. It's like, oh, because they'll have you run a command line if you're doing server stuff. They'll have you run something in PowerShell, and then they'll have a log where everything's going wrong, and they're really really good. So maybe we can help Gorag come up with some goals. Because one goal is good. 3 goals is better.
The only goal I have is make new friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know much about Gorag as a character yet.
Well, what are the bases of his existence? What are your driving forces?
Gorag's just trying to go with the flow currently. He does not know. He does not remember who he is.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly he's just trying to find. He's trying to. He does not know who he is. He's trying to find a tribe to stick with. He calls his friends tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, he may be happy currently with the role that he has, but I don't know. It's too monotone for him.
So maybe,
He
like,
might search for more adventures, he might want to explore the world a little more than what's limited to the missions that he's given.
so I'll just read out the, like, goals-based experience examples that I have. Like, it's a broad category. So, like, each character has 3 goal slots. They're basically the only way you get XP in the campaign. If I notice that people are just not moving up or down, then I'll, advance them in one way. But generally, the goals that I have laid out for examples are like, I want to find out a secret about this, or I want to make friends or get closer to insert party member here, or I want to steal something of value and sell it for profit, or I want to, like, make gold in some way, or I want to escape the castle, or enter the dark woods, or leave the city, or find out who the Watcher is. And all of those are, like, scaled difficulty-wise, and I use the encounters system, like, from the 5th edition handbook, and I base it on goal, like, difficulty, and also your character level.
Something I'm going to also add is that if your character, I guess in their backstory or when you're making the character, it is a part of some sort of faction, that also makes writing goals easier. So, like, for example, Screeps, he has like a faction alignment with some criminals, more or less known as the family. So I've been doing a lot of, like, goals centered around him and the family.
Yeah. So I can go ahead and read over the recap and stuff, and maybe you can think about that for a little. So last session, does anyone have any questions before we begin?
No.
All right. So last session, Sazin and Screep had a little scene in the middle of the streets of Sapphire where they were just sort of reconciliating with themselves about what had just happened, and it was very cold and rainy, and there were people passing them by and bumping into them, and yeah, it was very emotional. I that was like a underlying thing I noticed. And then Sazin was traveling to the consortium and trying to stop Screep from following them, and eventually Screep listened, but Sazin went to the consortium to speak with Edrin. While alone in his office, or while he is alone in his office, Edrin welcomes him in, and basically they go over the events of the feast where the 2 party members were taken. They find that through going into Calamir's office, they're able to find a bunch of information on the 2 agents that prosecuted the assassination and kidnapping, named Claymere and Petros. Peter and Clay are their names, and they both work for a man named Calamir for the consortium. I think after that, Edrin was leaving and noticed that the commissar was outside knocking on his door, and you aided his escape out of the window across onto, like, the roof of Rayastha's wares, and then made your way downstairs. They had a meeting, you stayed overnight, and later in the morning you had a deeper conversation when when Sazin had learned a bunch of stuff about Calamir and what the agents do and what they did in the past, and you found out that they were responsible for a contingent in the profligate city that was looking into the historical like weapon crafting of the cataclysmic event that happened, turning Elysium into the Ashen Wastes. And then while that was happening, we were over in the Storming Ridge Logistics Co. With our new character, Goreg. And we got a really fun intro where he went to Paradise's Gate on a job and met Screep, and they had drinks. And I think...
Sorry about basement.
Yeah. The basement happened where you went in the basement and you were putting, I think it was like a couple of bottles back on a shelf, and you went to go squeeze past a shelf and knocked like 3 over, but you were able to catch them, so they didn't all fall down. And then you went to bed, you broke the bed as you slammed on it. Screep paid Verona, the tavern owner, 25, 25 gold to increase the stability of the bed.
Glory, glory.
So, when we last left off, I think probably a great time to continue the flashback we were having with Screep.
Ah, right. Forgot. That is in fact what Screep was doing.
Yeah. So Screep was in bed. He no sooner closed his eyes than he woke them up on the other side in this flashback. And his brain is sort of starting to formulate a timeline, collect details and memories, and is slowly coming to terms with the fact that you're burning the candle at both ends and that your timeline doesn't make sense. And you were just sitting up waiting, and then Tynan said, we're supposed to go out today. We're on the way to the north, or to the northwest, where you're basically setting up a dig site to a large cavern full of juice. Just a bit of a warning. Just a bit of a warning. Everything here is going to be like not super abbreviated, but it's definitely not going to have the same pacing as the rest of the game. But it's because it's like a rose-tinted glasses. Like, I did this one time, but I don't remember all the minor details.
Mm-hmm.
So, you are traveling along the road very slowly because you're basically escorting this large carriage pulled by Minotaur. Now, the road has actually been constructed all the way up to about here, about halfway to where you're supposed to make it. When a person comes out.
Stream them up so I can.
Oh, sure, yeah. So let me do this. So when a person comes out of the tree line, like just off to the southwest, like you can't quite see what they're doing, what would be Screep's reaction to this?
I mean, he's sort of a defender, so I guess the first thing would be to, take out his weapon, his rapier, and, kind of be on the ready to defend.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of to take a look around. If I could make like a perception check or something.
Yeah.
To like look around or investigation, whichever one it would be.
Yeah, either's good.
Okay. 18.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to see this person. They have kind of a shabby looking appearance. They're wearing long, like, what's the term? Like a burlap clothing, kind of a shawl, smock type thing. They're carrying a large stick, like a walking stick, and they're walking towards you slowly.
Kind of. Who are you?
He's a little far for you to make out what he's saying, but he responds, but you can't hear him say anything.
Great. I guess he'll go closer and say, "What? Can't hear what you're trying to say."
The name is Zyron. How's it going? I noticed that you were, making a road. I don't approve of that. I was gonna set my house right there.
And just so I get a sense, like, where's the road? It's like this way?
Yeah, so the main path is headed... One second, let me get to the map. So this is like the main path from the basin. It goes... The road, this one, that you're at, is going from Slumberglade to the north... Yeah, northwest there.
Ah, okay. Alright, and he said, appreciated, house is gonna be there. Okay. I mean, I can understand that, but the path is meant to be a functional use for everyone. Is there no possible way you could find somewhere?
Now, just under whose authority do you think you're working for? This is not sovereign land. No one owns this. I do. This is my land. Just as much as it is yours. You can't own it.
Can I make an insight check to see if he...
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, if he really believes... oh, well, yeah.
I understand where you're headed.
Yeah. Like, is he crazy? Nope.
No, he's vehemently against the idea that people could own land.
You know who Liralel is?
Who's that? Haven't heard that name before.
Liralel, the sleeper.
Oh, that upstart? To the east?
More or less, yeah.
He shakes his head and just sort of looks off in the direction of the water. And as he's, like, pausing, you hear one of the Minotaur that is pulling the cart sort of lets out a loud, like, "Argh!" and falls to the ground. And you see Tynan run over. You're probably about 30 feet from them. Do you ignore that and continue questioning this guy? Or what do you do?
So Tynan is also there, so... Tynan, can you check, on him? Pointing to the Minotaur.
Yeah, she nods, and as she walks over, she's speaking to you. She says, "We've been having this problem lately. It seems like the ritual is not correct. For whatever reason, they just keep dropping dead. I wish you would figure it out."
Right. I believe she had said that there's something that she needed.
What ritual are they talking about?
I didn't ask for specific details, but she'd said that there might have been some kind of different herb or something, like ritual material that you could use to possibly make it more stable.
She comes here and she claims to own land, and now she's making things like that? Oh my god. You're pretty insistent on this road idea, huh?
Well, again, I would believe that's in the benefit for everybody who lives here.
God, you people. You act as if they have a knife to your neck.
Not really, but okay.
It's always, I'm following orders this, and, oh, it's not my fault. I was told to do this, that, and I just... You know, seeing as my construction plans have been altered somewhat, maybe it's best... I've been looking for a job, you think that maybe she needs help with that ritual?
Sorry. Something. Well, are you good at magic? And such or ritual-like things? I'm sure if you are, you could use a differing opinion.
Not magic, per se. Here, let me show you something. And he turns around and, like, collapses, like, crouching to the ground, taking a backpack off and, like, rooting around in it. And he takes out this creature. It's kind of slug-like in appearance. It's about 8 inches long with, like, a 4-inch circumference. It's like a grub. And it's writhing and moving around on the ground in front of you.
Great.
8 inches? Hot damn.
It's a big grub.
Yeah. This guy is one of my newer creations. He's pretty volatile, put it that way. Maybe we can help him with this. And he points at the Minotaur.
I mean, you kind of shrugs. Well, if you want to give it a go.
He picks up the slug and he says, "The great Zyron Windcaller can do anything. Watch this." And he goes over to the road. He goes over to the road where the Minotaur is collapsed, and he rolls the Minotaur over with like a lot of effort. And he bares his chest, like moving his shirt up, and puts the slug on. And you see this thing sort of open a mouth portion that it has and start burrowing into this man's chest. Like, very painfully looking, and the Minotaur on the ground sort of shrieks, but Zyron holds his shoulders back to get him to, like, leave it. Tynan has her eyes just pie plates looking at you. What did you do? What is that? And yeah, he's looking at, or she's looking at you, Screep.
Sorry, wait, what just happened? My brain is just
So,
in place.
Zyron went over to the Minotaur lying on the ground that was pulling the cart and had collapsed. He put the bug that he showed you on his chest, and the bug started burrowing into his chest.
Oh. That's normal.
It's just part of the process, healing. You know, sometimes you have to cauterize the wound. Don't worry about it, he'll be fine. And you can see that starting from the origin point of the... Wait, hold on. Actually, Goreg, are you there?
Wait, what?
Question. Do you have 1 heart or 2?
Huh?
Do Minotaurs have 1 heart?
Well, that depends on the lore, my good friend.
I'm leaving it up to you.
Ooh, if you're leaving it up to me, we get 2.
Okay. So you have 2, like, basically in the normal spot and then flipped over on the other side of your chest? Do you have another one?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you see this inky blackness going from the Minotaur's white skin, basically centered around the, like, his pectoral muscles, and it's branching like a black ivy across his chest, and right where the slug burrowed in, you can see the blackness starts to fade from that area. And then after Tynan notices this, sort of stands up, puts her arms on her sides, like her hips, and then just watches, disbelieving.
Scoop will continue to watch.
Yeah. So after a while, Zyron stands up, says, "It's okay. You can put your shirt down, and you should be fine now. He won't live in there. They die eventually, but your body will absorb him. It'll be okay. You'll be fine." And this Minotaur just looks horrified. He's like, "It's going in my body. It's just gonna stay in there."
Oh, I thought the Minotaur was dead.
No, he's alive.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I thought he
the
just
hole that was
died.
closed up, by, or I guess bored in by the bug, has closed up behind it,
Mhm.
and now he no longer has the inky blackness like tendriling out from his hearts, and he's standing up, and he looks to be much healthier. So what we do now? Just go on? We can't have this kind of magic going around. How did you do that? Hold on. Screep, I think we have to take him to the sleeper.
Well, he did say that he was looking for a job, I think, and perhaps the sleeper could use a differing opinion.
Yes, she has told me that there are too many yes men in our midst. Maybe an observer would be best. We can talk about it on the way. Maurice! And the Minotaur who stood up sort of looks at her. Continue on the road construction. If you have any other problems, come and find us in Slumberglade. We will be back as soon as we can and figure out what this is. And I think as she says that, she locks eyes with Screep. Do you have any objections to this?
I do not. Just, if anything does go wrong, be sure to ask to send for help right away.
She nods, and the three of you sort of start walking back on the freshly paved road. It's sort of a brownish colored brick inlaid with like tar, and the workers have been laying the bricks and then pouring hot tar on the like seams. And as he's walking, he says, I was actually toying around with the idea of making one of those big enough to ride. Maybe even bigger than that.
Big enough to ride?
And I think that's where we end that scene.
Yeah. Okay. The Screep just suddenly wakes up.
Yeah, Screep wakes up, and you hear,
God damn it.
Goreg, when do you wake up, do you think? Before or after Screep?
After Screep.
Okay. Yeah, so
You just
Screep wakes up.
Screep screaming. Not screaming, but just like fuck.
Screep wakes up and says, and hears in the apple of their eye, Screep, are you awake? If you want to find Thump, when I call you, go to the Narrows and follow the two individuals. I shall describe them later. It's in Sazen's. Yeah, it's in Sazen's voice.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of considering that it is just him and Sazen who are trying to do this at the moment. He's gonna go wake Gorag up.
Yeah, you like lumber out of your quarters. How much did you have to drink last night? Did you take it easy or did you go pretty hard in the paint?
He didn't actually drink anything. He just had water. He's just buying Gorag all the drink.
Oh, I thought you were drinking ale from the barrel.
No. He just bought Gorag the barrels of it.
That explains why you woke up first.
Yeah, he did. He just drank water.
Yeah, you hear that coming from the other side of a closed door in the hallway.
And I just started like knocking on Gorag's door.
Gorag awake. Who there?
Friend you met yesterday, it's Screep.
Oh, small one. Oh, Gorag broke bed.
That's okay. I think they're gonna invest in sturdier beds now. Already paid for.
Oh, Gorag, sorry. Gorag need help to get up. Gorag stuck in bed.
Screep will open the door.
How's Scream gonna help?
You know, good question.
Be right back again. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Um, you know, good question.
Help me.
Yeah, the bed has collapsed. I think he described the middle frame, like right at the center, collapsed. So his
Oh.
center of gravity is very low, but everything around him is very high. So he's trapped.
So I'm kind of smaller. I don't know that I can help get you up, but I can magically help you get up. I think if you want to try.
Magic. Gorag says yes. Magic.
Once well, let's see. What is?
Greg, can you make a con save for me?
Oh Lord.
Me?
Yeah, I just want to see something.
I don't know.
All right. Give me a sec. D&D Beyond closed on me.
Okay.
Constitution check or Constitution saving throw?
Check.
Check. All right. 7.
Okay.
Yeah, D&D Beyond's gotta give me shit today.
So you are very, very hungover. In fact, I was trying to see if you were like miming being that completely hungover, but yeah, you're actually really hungover.
After 3 whole barrels of ale, wouldn't
I mean,
You
he
know.
can hold
Very
he
fitting.
can hold his liquor quite well. It's just the aftermath that sometimes he hasn't been
Trying to
difficult.
rehydrate after 3 barrels of ale. Oh god.
oh god, the bathroom usage.
Ugh.
Be sick.
What do I have? You know what? I don't. Hold on. I got a thing. I don't know if he's technically poisoned. If it's because if we're dealing with hangovers and alcohol, use some 5 hit points of lay on hands.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
To help him to magically cure his hangover.
Dude, that's awesome. I gotta get a friend like you in my life. Holy shit.
Oh, Gorag says thank you.
You feel any better?
Yeah, you immediately feel like 80% better.
No more head hurting.
Okay.
Now help me out of broken bed. Gorag stuck.
Can you make
guys-
do you want to make a either athletics or just a flat strength check to try to get out of the bed?
Yeah, I'll try to give it a flat strength check.
Okay.
An 8. Bro, that's
I'm
fucking-
going to
That's the
I'm going
second.
to use
that's
my
the second
reaction.
real.
Use silvery bar.
That is literally what? Wait, what?
Rebar. So
The
you
fuck
magically
is this internet?
I don't know. Let me make sure this. Yeah, it doesn't say it doesn't have to be an enemy creature. It just says you magically distract the trigger creature and turn its momentary uncertainty. Its momentary uncertainty into encouragement. The triggering creature must roll the d20 and you wait. Oh wait, am I looking at this wrong?
You magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. Yeah, you have to have 2 targets for that.
So can you use the rebarbs to have him re-roll the check, and then he just gives himself.
I think that's for like effects casted on someone, like for a spell.
I mean, this is
You magically distract the triggering creature. So, yeah, so you have to have, like, the first part of that spell reads to me that when someone casts a spell that, like, for instance, Hold Person or something, and it casts, say, on Goreg, you can cast Silvery Barbs on the person who cast the spell, and that would give you, or no, the triggering creature must re-roll. So, I mean, if someone made him drunk with a spell, that would be useful, but not now.
Right. I don't even know if I have anything to open and get out. I mean, I can try and help with the strength check. I don't know how well that's gonna.
I'd give like a +2. If you like grabbed his hand and like tried your kobold best.
I'll try to re-roll my strength.
What was your check before?
Fucking 3 + 5, so 8.
An 8.
This time it's a 15.
Yeah, you can re-roll it with +4, just being generous.
+4?
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 plus 4, then 19.
Cool. Yeah, so with you, I guess Scrape helps like counterbalance your center of gravity just enough that you're able to use your big minotaur legs and arms to get yourself out of the bed.
Literally having used momentum.
Heave.
Thank you. Goreg says thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay, now that's done.
You have good morning.
What do you say?
You have good morning.
Weird morning, more like. And now Screep has to go off.
Oh no.
To help save a friend. You might like this friend. You want to come with?
Help save friend.
Yeah.
Meaning Goreg make friend as well.
You'd also make a friend, yeah. You'd be a great drinking buddy.
Goreg is in.
Alright, get your stuff together. What was it the Goreg said? Sorry.
Goreg help with friends, and Gorog shall make friend as well.
That's appreciated. Thank you. Alright, the guys grab their stuff together and follow me.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll follow Screep.
Yeah. And Screep is I don't know how long it takes, but it's gonna start heading to the Narrows.
Okay. Yeah, so when you go downstairs and go out, you notice your cart is still there, Goreg, from last night.
Ooh, Goreg forgot cart.
Do you have to return that?
Goreg does not know.
Well, I guess it's our cart for now then.
Yay! Free cart, man. Look at that.
Yeah,
Free cart.
it's basically like a 10-foot wide or so by like a 15-foot hand cart that is purposefully built so that Minotaur, like him, are able to move it with just their like hands to their sides and all of that. It's like a big wheelbarrow.
You see Gorag suddenly pick up Screep and just place him up. Place him. I don't know. I just don't ask genders.
Yeah.
I just place Screep down onto into the carriage and just starts moving it.
Cool. So you take the cart with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I place Screep in the back of the cart and just start pulling him away.
Cool. Yeah, so you, hold on. So right now you're in the streets of Sapphire. So you would head down the street to Storming Ridge. Are you returning it now? Or are you
Gorag
taking
does
it
not
with
know
you?
Gorag does not know if he has to actually return it, so he's just gonna take it with him.
Okay. Yeah, so you
It's
just,
unclear, so we're just taking the cart.
Screep,
We don't really know if we have to return it or not, so why not? Free card.
Screep, I don't know if this is something your character thinks of, but this man's pulling a big empty cart that is perfect if you were to just want to ride in it.
Didn't I just say that I placed Screep in the card?
Oh shit. Sorry. I was reading.
You've
Yeah,
already
wait.
in the
So Screep
cart.
in the cart. Yes.
Yes, Screep is already in the card.
Sorry.
All good.
Yeah, so you head down the road and you pass the Storming Ridge Logistics Co. and just passing it, you're able to see that huge shipments of some sort of like rectangular metal, like an I-beam, big enough to be like a railroad track possibly, are loaded right out front, like in the entrance. And that's very new. That wasn't there yesterday. You take that to mean that the construction of the interchange has completed and that they're starting on a rail line. Finally, after like 2 years of construction, they're delivering the makings to start a rail line. After that, you would pass through a set of curtain walls dividing the Storming Ridge Logistics district into the Guild Square. So there's 2 sets of walls. Let me get into the description of this. Hold on. Yeah, so in between a set of walls that were probably constructed too closely together lies a cramped housing district called the Narrows. Crime in this district runs rampant, and businesses are held to lower standards than other parts of the city. If you need a cheap place to stay, it's really good for that. It's also just lately running out of space, so there's lots of new construction that's happening on like the second and third tier of buildings, which is being constructed on hangings that are erected on the sides of the walls. Probably about 500 feet across are the 2 segments of walls, and lining each portion of the street are these just colossal like supports that are built onto the walls. Yeah, so you make it to the Narrows, and is Sazin here? Because we can probably swap back to Sazin. Oh, guess not.
Season. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the last thing that happened was you were walking out of the building, right, of the consortium, and that's when you sent the message?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you do after that?
I was waiting for a reply.
Okay.
It's a sending stone, a sending spell, so they can reply anytime.
Yeah. So the message, you can tell it was delivered, and that was probably about an hour ago.
Right, cool. I'm going. Since I can't change spells because I haven't leveled up yet and can't take invisibility, I guess Sazin will prepare his mage armor for a possible fight they may have today. And we'll start. Oh, you can apply active effects on mage armor now. I don't have to keep it on No, it doesn't work like that. Sorry, I got distracted. He'll start walking over to the district and look for a place to like climb on a roof or something. He wants to essentially monitor from above.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk past the Consortium District, past the Guild Square, and then you make it to the Narrows. There's a pretty large main staircase reaching the second and third tiers of the city. Like this little hive that they've constructed. So you walk up the set of stairs. There's a pretty colossal railing along the pathway, almost like a boardwalk connecting all of the buildings. It's a little rickety. Like the construction probably won't hold up to too much weight, but you're able to sort of perch yourself. Are you on the second or are you on the third?
He would like to go as high as possible so he can look down and give Screep possible updates on locations and people,
Sure.
considering him being seen will be an immediate suspicion for Sazin. I guess to be fair, they should recognize what Screep or Sazin looks like, so
Yeah.
either of us being down, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so you're probably waiting there for about a half an hour before you notice this group of people that don't look like the rest. They're wearing like a red sort of, not a full cloak, but like a half cloak going down to like just below their waist in this like silvery armor. They're walking around just on the ground street. They're patrolling, it seems. And then as you are shifting your eyes away, you see a giant minotaur pulling a cart with Screep in the back of it. And they're, Screep, what do you, or I guess Goreg, when you reach the Narrows, what do you do? Because you were just told where you're headed.
Goreg, no, nowhere to go no more. Little one, where we go now?
So I don't know if you got my message in the script notes, but I was saying that like sometime like maybe like 3/4 or like half the way half the way.
Okay.
He was going to contact Sazin to let them know that that he was almost there.
Yeah, so you probably send basically the same time as he sees you then. What do you say?
He says pretty much there. Screep has new friend who is going to help
Oops.
save them. I think that's less than 25 words.
Yeah.
Please tell me the new friend of yours isn't the giant minotaur that is very obvious and not inconspicuous.
Oh, man.
Lovely.
Yeah, you don't see him. You don't see Sazin yet, but you can hear him.
Yeah, I have a description of.
Oh, good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I keep thinking Peter. It's not Peter.
Who
Petros and
well, Peter is his agent name. Like that's the name he
Yeah.
tells people. So yeah, it is Peter technically. And Clay. Peter is a sort of half elf looking tall rogue. Very angular features, blonde hair. And then Clay has ritual scarring with like sort of medium length gray and white hair. And he's a dwarf.
okay, wanted to make sure because Satan's about to give a description of both of them once he gets a response from Screep.
Okay. So you just repeat that to Screep then?
Well, he's about to wait for Screep's
Oh.
response about if the giant person is,
Oh right.
Yeah.
yeah.
That- he's extra muscle. Won't be helping with any stealth missions. I can't find words right now.
Fine then. If that is it, hopefully you told him about the scenario where he most likely could die from the actions we are going to commit today. And then he
You
will
could probably, I mean, Screep would just kind of give like this like kind of like this incredulous look. You can't. I mean, I'm sure you can see him, but he can't see you. And like that's in response to like the dying part from a fucking 10-foot 800-pound minute.
You just saw a over 6 foot giant robotic creature get taken out and nearly killed, and it almost got killed earlier. That shouldn't be that
You know.
ridiculous.
You know, but he's not necessarily the most like up in your face type.
Sazin will just sigh and give a description of both Clay and Peter. About the angular elf and the stout dwarf. And
Do you
Oh,
give
go
any
ahead.
description of their clothes at all?
the issue is they definitely changed clothing, but he's gonna give the most recent ones that they were wearing.
Hmm.
A pair of black
Um,
lingerie.
That's what Screep needs to complete his outfit with his pink satin. Don't know how that black lingerie is gonna work with his tail though.
Who knows?
Are you still wearing that?
Uh,
Are you
yes.
still-
You're wearing your pink dress still?
He is not taking it off.
Yeah, you've definitely caught a couple of people's eyes. Like, it looks funny, you know?
Uh, uh,
But that's not inconspicuous at all.
Inconspicuous. So what do you say to Sazin?
well, no. So, as the player was asking if Sazin would have given him Skeep a description of what they were wearing.
So gives the best one he can guess, but not in character. Sazin will probably be like they most likely have changed clothes multiple times already. So he'll give the most recent one and the one he saw beforehand, but he doubts they're wearing the same exact thing.
Yeah, you guys don't have to count words for sending. Like, going forward, I'll tell you if I think a message is just ridiculous.
Yeah, if it's like 5 sentences long.
Yeah.
Like, well, calm down.
Yeah, just
I'm
for the
only
sake of brevity.
counting- Well, no, I'm also only counting just in case it's something important where I would have to be. I'd have to be like, okay, it has to be this, and I can't just.
Mhm.
I have to be quiet.
Yeah,
wanna
because
practice.
it does say that it's instantaneous if you know the person.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep doing it over and over. But also, I wanted to ask. Edrin gave me the location of the house, correct?
He said that during the meeting that he had with Calamir and the other, the commissar and the other, captain, right? They alluded to a place in the Narrows that was being used as a safe house for Calamir's operation. They did not say, or Edrin did not tell you, at least, of the exact location. He probably would have if he knew it.
Yeah. Okay. So I basically give the approximation to where the safe house is somewhere around here. So I can't give
Okay.
an indication of such. I don't want them to figure out we're following them or know where it is until we can figure out what is there. and Alera and trying to get them out. One last thing. Have you heard of the Church of the Seven?
Hmm.
Would Screep have, as he
Make
is
a history
casting
check.
disguised self?
Oh, you are.
He is. I have that. I have
disguised
that.
hit, but yeah, that works as well.
So let me just cast disguise self.
Yourself, including your clothing, armor, and other belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends.
Yeah. So
Yeah, go ahead.
he'll kind of with Sazon's description kind of not like a 1-to-1 if they are changing clothes all the time, but kind of like a
You do this
close
in the middle of the
approximation.
street.
He's in the cart.
I mean, it is visible. It's not a tall cart. It's like a wagon. You can your head is just. I guess. Hold on. Let me think. I got to roll for this because it would be.
Okay. Because I was gonna say if there's not if like if there's like maybe like
Oh my god. So the sides of the cart, it's like a removable side situation.
Mhm.
It's like slats of wood. Oh, he probably crashed or something.
Okay.
Most likely.
Yeah, so
Damn.
the sides of the cart are made of like slatted wood, constructed that they can. Hello, did you crash?
What the?
What happened?
My Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. So the sides of the cart are constructed in a way that they can be removed, and they're about 2.5 feet tall. Except for the front, which has been removed. And is placed in the back of the cart.
Okay.
So, you're 4 feet tall?
He's 2 feet.
Oh my gosh.
He's tiny.
He's so small.
He's such a small boy.
Yeah, so you're able to disguise yourself without anyone seeing. What do you look like?
Who is he?
What do you look like? Again.
He'll I will say that he looks like we'll go with human.
So
We'll go with human.
the spell says you can appear 1 foot shorter or taller.
So a human child.
I'd
then.
be a human. No,
Uh,
sorry.
I'm just
We'll go with dwarf because I forgot that. You can
Yeah.
appear with, yeah, there
so
we
a
go.
dwarf about 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
With what's your like other description?
So a dwarf 3 foot tall. I was just told that they kind of change. I mean, I don't know. Like, I was told, Susan, you had said that they change clothes a lot, but I guess Scoop is kind of trying to get a general, like, of like what they're or he said he said what they're last wearing, but I didn't get an actual description of what they were last wearing. So.
Yeah.
So
So-
whatever that is, but just like slightly altered in a way.
Fucking stripper call. What are you wearing?
So, Season, you're watching from above when you see the Screep wearing a pink dress in the back of the cart change into a dwarf, about 3 feet tall, and they're wearing clothes that you had described to them. What were they wearing? Like the same stuff that you saw them wear at the clubhouse? Are they wearing the servant clothes from when they were at the feast?
Definitely clubhouse. Wearing servant clothes wouldn't make any sense.
Okay. Yeah, so you're wearing like essentially gambeson, tan and green in color. Like a cloth sort of padded, stitched in with some like chain links on the tops of your shoulders. Like the mail covering your shoulders.
Okay. Yeah, and so just kind of slightly altering that. a bit if they said that they changed clothes a lot. So kind of going with going with a similar look, but I guess more casual. Not casual. It's been a week. So did Citizen say that we were going that Screep was going to like a clubhouse or something?
Well, no. Season said that they own one of the. They have a safe house in one of the areas around here. And
Got
he
it.
was gonna basically. Season was gonna explore the upper areas to look on so you can find them while Screep was on the ground doing this.
So you're looking around to find him?
Looking around to see if we can find anyone like him or similar is what I'm trying to do. And I guess Screep
Got
would
it,
try
okay.
to.
Sure.
I guess go around and explore on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been here
Also-
for... Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, history check for the thing. I forget that was.
What?
Oh
yeah, for the Church of the Seven. Yes.
Yeah, for the Church of the Seven.
Oh, no.
20.
Oh, man. Okay.
Give me the lower.
Give me the lore drop.
So, in your days in the Profligate City was when you've heard of this. You were doing some missions shortly after the Cataclysm. And so, it was essentially a smaller religious group that held a base of operations to the east. Here, I can do this for you. So the Church of the Seven has a headquarters to the east of the Profligate City over here. Where's the... Jesus. There's someone having an accident outside. Yeah, so it's about 30 miles from the gates of the Profligate City. They believe in a different version of creation. They think that the person who they worship created the world. There's someone that they call the Wanderer that in ancient texts had appeared, gifted them with something. You're not exactly sure what. You'd probably have to attend a service or two. But they gifted them something that was able to make creation easier. And just as quick as that, they gave them a rule set to live by and told them that they will return when the time comes. And so they've been holding this cultish belief that they need to sort of insulate themselves from the way of the world while maintaining possession of this artifact. And since the time that you have left the... I guess it would have happened between the fall of Elysia and now, the Church of the Seven has grown abandoned. Few followers, mostly because most of them forgot who they were due to the bombings.
Well, that probably doesn't really help us about him specifically, but...
Yeah, it was... Well, also, Sazin, just to clarify, you remember that you were reading Calamir's notes, and that he had said that neither of them possess memories of this time. They just... He knows their background, and he doesn't want to tell them, because it'd be like, hey, did you forget that you lost this? You know? It's kind of a dick move to do unless you need leverage or anything like that.
Super important memory that you're supposed to know.
I guess, yeah, could you re-say it again so I can make sure I didn't... Unless I missed something? I'm a bit out.
Yeah, this is something Scrape is gonna have to explain when they're not doing this mission, but you know.
Yeah, short message would
note's
be...
sake.
Yeah, short message would be like fringe religion from before the fall of Elysia. Now it's abandoned. Most followers don't remember being followers. But the longer version was, and I imagine you'll probably talk about it at some point, but the belief that they hold is that someone named the Wanderer gifted them an artifact that made creation easier before giving them a set of rules to live by, and said that I will return when the time is necessary or when the time comes.
Okay, so we're probably gonna try to bullshit it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
Yeah, so
till we
what?
Get caught and get into a fight and try to bullshit this.
Yeah, so what happens then?
Okay. Well, we still have to look around to see if we find any consortium.
Yeah, that was the next
members
step. I was gonna give you a chance to do perception or investigation at advantage because you've been up here for a while.
Definitely perception. I'm not the wizard.
No wizards in this party yet.
You're not a wizard, Harry.
You're not a wizard, Harry.
Where's the advantage button? Go ahead. Oh, thank God.
21.
I did advantage. The other number was a 4.
Whew. Yeah, so let me roll something. 2 seconds. Yeah, you haven't seen either of them the whole time you've been here.
Fuck.
Yeah, people are coming and going. You've definitely seen with a 21, you've seen people be held up in back alleys from this perspective. You've seen drug deals and people being beat up by like officials or people that look like officials from an organization. But yeah, just general seediness of this and this part of the city.
How you doing down there, Screep? You find anything or see anything that could get us to which one would be the safe house?
I mean, would Scrape see anything that looks like that? I mean, given his knowledge of safe houses
Not
and-
from the entrance where you're at currently. No. You could either make a be like a strategy sort of roll. What would that be? Like, I guess investigation or history for like how you have seen safe houses be set up.
I can do investigation. Would I get advantage or anything?
No, not yet. Probably.
Okay. 20.
Didn't need it.
Yeah, so the thing that you know from an investigation check is that there's a lot of areas in this part of the town where an alley leads to a doorway, like a secluded entrance, and those seem to be the places, if you were to, that's where you would set the safe house. There's about 5 of them on this street that you can see from the entrance.
Okay. So he'll relay that information back to Sazin. Kind of noting what he what he knows about safe houses and like their like entrances and secrets. Saying that there are, from what he can notice, about 5.
Yeah, 5 prime locations for a safe house to be on this level of the city.
Yeah, and he'll kind of like, he'll kind of like, can Scrape kind of just can Scrape kind of assume that Sazin can see him to a degree?
I mean, yeah, because
Okay.
he watched you change into whatever the hell you are now, and also he saw the Minotaur, so.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll kind of like subtly like point out like, which streets and like alleys.
Cora confused why you're so silent.
Yeah, it's just been Screep sitting in the back of a carriage. The sending spell is in your mind, right?
Yes, usually.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. God, I have to wait. This.
Hmm?
Do you change voice? Does it automatically change? No, does guys self change your voice, or is that just up to you to change how you sound?
For what?
For disguise self. Because he's not a kobold, he's a dwarf now.
I think it's purely visual.
Yeah, it's purely
Got
visual.
it. I don't know how I'm gonna do a dwarvish fucking squeaky.
God.
I don't know.
This will be fun.
Don't worry, Kodak.
Gorag confused. Who
Part
are you?
of the stealth mission.
Gorag confused. Who is you? Where tiny friend?
Oh, God damn it. You know what, he'll do this. He'll cast a message to Gorag and say, like, in his mind, it's Screep.
Oh my gosh.
We're doing it. It's like we're trying to find the correct safe house.
Where are you, Screep? Gorag hears you in mind.
Screep is in the cart. Screep just changed his appearance.
Oh, Screep magic. Right. Oh, yeah, Screep use magic. Okay. Very good explanation.
There you go. Anyways, wait, what was I trying to do before that?
You were looking for a safe house location or something like that?
You explain
Right,
about
he was
alleys and
explaining to
stuff, which is
Gorag
the whole issue
that-
of
He was explaining to Gorag in the best dwarvish, fucking dwarvish, screepish accent I can muster as the player.
Dwarvish, screepish accent.
Oh my god. Anyway, but he screamed, it says, and we're on a stealth mission. he's like,
Oh. Gorag, be very quiet then.
do the best, do the best of your ability.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Sazin can see this from above.
This fucking mess. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, so what does Scrape do to find the safe house then?
Well, I think Sazen's about to say something.
well, if there are a bunch of alleys and stuff, I guess being up here isn't useful. So then he will basically just say, "You go west, I'll go east, and we can try to look around for one that could possibly be connected to it."
Okay. Yeah. So Screep will jump off the cart.
Okay.
Ashfend, you stay here for now.
Me?
That's you.
Gorag, stay here. Okay.
And Screep will go. He'll go and start looking west.
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 Question for Goreg, quick. So,
Yeah.
you work for a logistics company. There's businesses in this end of town. Do you think you've delivered here before?
I mean, if I've worked quite a long time, I'm sure I have delivered a few things here for sure.
Okay, can you make a history check?
Alright. God, I don't have any bonus to history. Oh, nat 20. Okay.
Nice.
Don't...
Who needs bonuses
Oh,
when you
boy.
get a nat 20?
Yeah, so with a 20, you're able to remember that, you're able to remember the portions of the city, or of this area of the city where you've delivered. almost like Total Recall level of memory here. You there's a couple of times where it was like just potion ingredient shops. There's a couple of taverns in this area that are very seedy, but they do need juice just like everyone else. And you do recall that there was a recent delivery of like rations, some minor building material, a couple of pieces of furniture, and a big, like 10-foot wide by, or 10 foot by 10 foot by like 8 feet cage delivered to a safe house in this area. It's up to Goreg if he thinks that they would put that together.
Goreg's still confused about mission.
Yeah. So that you remember it, just choose when to do anything with that information.
Goreg's
Y-
just
y-
gonna look over at Screep and Goreg's still confused about mission.
Ow. He'll, as Scrape is kind of trying to look, subtle. Not subtle, but he's trying to look like he's trying to find where he's meant to go.
So you
Kind of
walking
trying to.
through the streets then? Or are you standing still, like looking around still? Because if
He's
you're...
standing around, looking around by the cart by Goreg.
Yeah,
Just as he got out.
yeah, you've already rolled a pretty good investigation check. I told you that there were like 5, and I described their locations. They're spread throughout, but it's like very visually obvious where those doorways would be and alleys would be.
Right. But if Goreg says he's still confused about the
Goreg
mission.
has idea. Goreg is wondering, new friend, how big?
Good question. How big is Thumper?
He is like a little bit above 6 foot. I think he's 6'5".
Okay.
Goreg remember delivering here. Goreg remember very well. Goreg has good memory. Delivering big cage here.
Really? Wait, where? And this is all in message, by the way.
Okay. It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Goreg doesn't really understand that it's a message, so he's pretty much talking out loud. He doesn't message.
Right. Well, I mean, Scrape just. Well, I mean, the thing. I guess I don't know. It would depend on how well Goreg would understand that part of the message spells that Scrape has to point his finger towards Goreg.
It could be subtle.
But he does remember that you said he has to be kind of quiet, so he is trying to whisper.
Okay.
Goreg remember. Goreg remember. Show you. Goreg I will show you.
Scrape looks around and says,
and I'll lead her to the direction that truthfully be told, I don't remember what you just said, so you're gonna have to.
So, Scrape is about to say.
I'm just gonna say I lead them towards where I remember.
Okay, because I was gonna say Scrape will go back in the car and like I don't know, put a blanket over himself or something.
All right.
And be like, you're delivering something else. There, though.
Yeah.
While you bring Scrape over to the place.
Where do you get a blanket from?
Good question. I'm pretty sure Scrape has a. Well, where is it? I think it was in his bag of holding. Actually, hold on. Wait, how do I open the bag of holding?
Isn't that the question?
Very right. How do I open this bag of holding? Hold on. Because I remember putting all my equipment in it.
I mean, I see it as a container, but I don't think that it has its own inventory, does it?
It does, though, because like I remember putting everything in there, or like specifically like the.
Oh, if you click the little righty box on the right, like the top right, the little square with the pencil, you can see the contents.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So you have thieves' tools, playing card set, hempen rope, rations, water skin. hit and hammer, crowbar. I don't see. Thieves' tools don't really have that, right?
No, wait, I thought.
Small file, set of lockpicks, small mirror, narrow bladed scissors, a pair of pliers. Yeah.
Wait, what does the burglar's pack have? Backpack. I guess never mind. 'Cause I thought a burglar's pack had like a.
So now we have a shopping list.
Yeah, I thought it had like a bedroll or something. I guess not.
I mean, you have your bedroll with your I guess you don't. Shit, because that's what the adventuring pack, right?
Yeah, because then I just changed out my because I guess so Screep would have had one, but that was from his old background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you don't have a blanket, so what do you just tell him to take you wherever you're going?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, so the house that you remember delivering it to is towards the end of the street. It's basically a long, like half circle, like one on each side. And so you immediately start off going right. About the second alleyway down to the left is the place where you delivered this to.
Gorag knows. Gorag remembers. Gorag delivered the cage here. Here. And he points it towards the building. Here.
You say cage? Or do you was that a mental thing?
The cage?
You said you delivered the cage. Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, not really. Well, I whisper it, but
Yeah.
Gorg's trying here.
Yeah.
Okay, Gorg's.
Yeah,
he
so
doesn't
you
understand.
got so Sazin, you see them take off off to your left going down, and then after a little while you lose sight. Because it wraps around. Sazin?
I lose sight of them? Or...
Yeah. So they take off, or not take off, they start walking. The Minotaur is pulling the cart, and then as they're going down the circular street, or the curved street, you lose sight because they, it's a circle, you're up high, you lose perspective on where they're headed.
I'm guessing I can't hop across the roof easily.
You could continue down the boardwalk and see if that helps, or the walkway.
I guess he'll try that then.
Yeah, so you we see a top-down view of Sazin, and then off in the background, a smaller in size cart in the perspective, and you see them turn in towards the walkway that you're standing on, and then they disappear underneath the area you're standing on. Because the boardwalk is, or the walkways are built above street level, and over top of the street. And they turn directly towards.
Here so far?
You see a few people passing by. Most of them are headed to or from their home or business.
Okay. And he'll keep following, trying to see how far away they walk. Monitoring the entrance because he wants to have an escape route. His plan in his head is literally they get thumped, get out, go to the horse carriage, immediately leave the city.
Right. Yeah, so you see them turn in, you lose sight as they go into the alleyway. Screep, you've arrived. Your Uber is here.
My Uber has delivered me to my destination.
Yeah, pay the cabbie. Come on.
Sorry, I ate your food.
Bro, this reminded. I was trying to get to sorry, this is off topic. I was trying to get to my physical therapy last week. It's literally just down the street from my house. It's not that hard to get to. But the woman who picked me up, her phone died
Hmm.
in
Right.
like while she was taking me, and so she lost where she was going. We were driving around in a circle for like 10-15 minutes. And I'm like, do you just want to use my phone to find out where you're going? Like,
Mhm.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Yeah, you hear the sound of the Uber notification come across the sending stone.
I guess I'll ask if they can tell me where they are if I lost them, which is what this Uber sound is gonna be.
No, it was out of character. That
Oh
I,
no, I can make a joke like that where if I lost them, I would
yeah,
message them again.
yeah.
Yeah. So
What do you?
Scrape will kind of just generally describe the area that they're in.
Yeah, I mean, you would have seen that there are alleys that people could go into where they'd be obscured from this walkway.
Meaning I would have to head down. Yeah, damn it. I could Misty Step to get closer to one of the two alleys with roofs, but I don't think there's gonna be an entrance up top, so
Can you make a wisdom save, like, just for see if you recognize something or would realize something?
sure thing. Where are you? Oh.
So there is another walkway on the other wall, but it is about like 300 feet away from you,
Okay.
and there's no bridges connecting the two.
Yeah, I figured I can't really Misty Step, and I don't have Dimension Door for like.
So you could make your way
Yeah.
down and back up on the other side, though.
That's what he's gonna do while Screep is doing this.
Yeah. So you're walking down, and then as you come to the bottom of the stairs, the three people that you were kind of keeping your eye on that are patrolling the streets, they're getting near you, like 60 feet or so from ground level, or like from where you're at on the ground. Sorry.
So okay, they're walking toward you, but they're below me.
You're on like the halfway point on the stairs between the first, like, or the second level of the narrows, like where the buildings are, and the ground street. And then you see them getting ready to pass below you.
Are they suspicious at all, or?
They seem to be just patrolling on the lookout for something.
Don't be suspicious.
Okay, then I guess I'll stand. I guess if I'm not too obvious and I don't look up, got 60 feet up where his head would have to turn. He's just gonna stand and wait for them to pass.
Okay. Yeah, so after a while they pass.
And then he'll keep moving forward, realizing he's taking more time, and Scrape could possibly be doing something right now. But he's not gonna say anything.
Yeah, so you walk back up to the third floor.
Yeah, he'll walk across the area, go up another stair, and
Yeah.
go up to the third floor to where the alley Screep should be at is.
Okay. Screep is getting a snack. So what does Gorag do?
Gorag is just waiting on Screep. He doesn't really know what to do. He's just here to make new friends. He doesn't really understand the situation he's in. So he's just gonna.
I'm in danger. Yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of waiting for Screep at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can keep moving. I don't recognize the building at all, but if I can see where Gorg is and where he stopped.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see what Screep does. Is why,
Okay.
because the timelines have shifted.
Mm-hmm.
A lot can happen in 5 minutes, which is what I would imagine. Yeah, 5. I said what, 60 feet for the third, so it'd take you, I don't know, moving across it, and then probably like 2 or 3 minutes to get back up to where you can see them on the other side. But yeah. Oh, that was very funny. How they, I can't believe I didn't. My mind is like in the beginning of sessions, I just scramble. Like it's, oh, my head's over there. Now it's here. I'm looking at my notes. Now I'm looking at the map. Now I'm looking at the recording to make sure it's going. Uh,
Yeah, I kind of understand what you mean. That's why most of my sessions, I don't really have notes.
yeah. The only thing I'm really like trying to keep straight is like details of things and lore and stuff, so I don't contradict
Yeah,
myself.
for sure.
And especially when I have written out like flowery descriptions that I took time to write, I like to use those things when I can.
Yeah,
And I can write a hell of a lot better than I can explain like on the fly.
oh yeah, that
Is
is understandable.
is Screep back yet?
I
What?
don't think so.
Damn.
So are you, while they're gone, are you gonna be there for our session tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
All right.
It's the first game I've played 2 sessions in a week though, like ever. Like we'd do when I was younger in like high school, we'd do like all-nighters, like 10, 12-hour D&D sessions.
We were used to that our first year that
Yeah.
we started. I think our high score was 15 hours straight.
Oh my gosh. That is a lot of D&D.
Oh yeah.
I
And
see why you
don't
don't prepare a lot
I-
because well,
I don't know how the fuck I did it to have so many ideas for 15 hours straight.
do you ever
It was
DM,
crazy.
Sazen? Or fuck, what's your real name again? I'm sorry.
Sam.
Sam and I gotta remember. I'm gonna write the things
I
down.
like how you forgot, even though two have the same exact goddamn name in here.
I'm horrible. Please kill me.
Well, I have. You were asking if I DM before.
Yeah, have you ever do you DM?
Yeah, I've done it twice for a school. Once I tried myself, but I fucked up because I couldn't figure out how to use Foundry and couldn't make the map. So I kind of let that fizzle because I was a terrible person. And I've done it 2 more times beforehand, before all that. But I've never literally gone more than I think 5 sessions, which sucks.
That's rough. Yeah.
It usually either fizzles out or I just fuck myself over.
Yeah, I don't use Foundry for my my shit. I don't really know how to use it, so
Yeah, it's I didn't really enjoy it a lot before this campaign. I think that they've changed a lot with the usability. Like there was no character mancer for a long time, so it made it really challenging. And usually if I was starting a new campaign with people who didn't have prior experience, I'd just make them roll in person or like in a call with me, and I'd have to guide them through it. But with the character mancer on here now, it's seamless, man. It's beautiful. Even adding levels is easy. I do like how D&D Beyond does their character stuff. I just wish they would not paywall so much because it really limits or it really raises the barrier to entry.
thank heavens I got that fucking that time I had enough to buy a few books at least. But anyway,
Yeah.
I got lucky.
What you said your real name is David?
Who?
You, I forget. I'm sorry.
Dude, I've never really actually told you my real name.
I've heard other people say it. What's
Oh, no. Somebody calls me Don,
Oh, Don,
but
that's what it is.
that's not actually my real name. It's just they knew me back in the day when my username was Don.
Oh, Dawn.
Our whole, the group that we have currently, we all know our actual names there.
Mm-hmm.
Some I've actually forgotten what their names are, but whatever. So if you do want my full name, well, not full name.
Your
but
first
if
name
you want
or your wanted
if you-
name.
Yeah, if you want my real name, you'll have to wait for the group.
Okay.
It's not that I don't trust the people here. It's just I don't know them enough.
No, I get you. How'd you come up with Spectre Dawn?
Spectre was a name given to one of my friends for a character I've created.
Hmm.
He was the original primordial god, Spectre.
Mm.
Sorry,
Um,
my
Hello?
bad. I'm here.
the
I couldn't find the ice cream scoop.
and Dawn was just a random name I picked up during the back in the day. But I don't really remember why I picked it or whatnot. It was just something there.
Yeah. Well, now that Screep's back. So,
Yeah.
Screep, you've
Yeah.
been delivered. What do you do?
Whoa. Creep will first kind of like look around, see if there's like an alternate entrance or like a back door.
So, this building is built in such a way that the only entrance is this one. It's behind
Got it.
two other buildings that are on either side with a very small little gap, like barely large enough to get inside to, like,
Mm,
you know, put the walls up, I suppose.
okay.
But yeah, there's nothing telling you that there would be another door.
Okay. How long has it been since Screep cast Disguise Self?
It hasn't been an hour yet.
Cool. Screep will have Gorag come with him. He'll kind of say in Gorag's mind.
Hmm?
Pretend there's another delivery. Or that you have another delivery.
Okay.
Unexpected.
So that means I'm gonna knock on the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gorag's just gonna walk up to the door and start knocking.
Hello?
Yeah, there's no answer at first.
Knock, knock.
Yeah, so you just keep
Hello?
knocking every now and then.
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay.
Gorag here.
So Sazin,
Gorag.
as you're walking up the stairs and across to get a perspective on them, just as you reach to where you can see the cart, and then you see Screep in the cart, right? Have you moved from the cart?
No.
Yes. You see the Minotaur knocking on a doorway. When the door opens, and you see,
Hello.
yeah, you see the person who took the delivery before Peter, blonde half elf, dressed in like common clothes, sort of like a tunic, greenish, like dark green, with like normal pants and stuff. He looks at you and says, "I don't think we've gotten no deliveries anymore. You took care of us already, remember? A couple days ago."
Oh. Sorry, I had wrong address.
Is that the package?
In cart, yes.
He squints. What's going on here?
Name's Gorag.
And who's that?
Friend.
We don't take too kindly to visitors, so
I forgot to ask name.
there must have been some sort of mix-up or something. But yeah, we didn't order shit.
Screep. So I assume Screep can hear this conversation. He'll kind of get out of the cart and is disguised for.
Okay. Yeah, you just walk over to the door then, or
Yeah, I'll walk over to the door. I can't do the voice because my voice is otherwise going to get just
yeah,
destroyed.
that's fine.
He'll I'm doing Screep's voice, but he's trying to like change his voice in a way that is different from
Okay.
his normal voice.
Can you make a performance check?
Sure.
A 10.
It's only 10.
I,
That's only... going back to the squeaky dwarf.
I'm at a loss here. Is for a performance roll, if you roll below like a DC, that just means the performance isn't good, or does that mean it's not believable if it's like an impersonation?
I mean, he's
if,
not-
That's up
if
to
they're
you.
currently-
honestly.
I
really up to you mostly. If they're skeptical,
when in doubt,
if-
trust the dice. That's what I say.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
'cause he's not necessarily trying to impersonate anyone. He's
No,
just
yeah.
speaking
I'm just
different
seeing if you ever
languages.
break. If I'm seeing if you ever break character, so to speak.
Right.
But he just looks at you funny, and what do you say?
Yes, I mean, so he just initially says that, that he had that he had a pack has a package that he was supposed to be meeting someone here.
Well, I
And
can tell. I can tell you that there wasn't no packages or deliveries. Can you guys just get out of here? We don't want visitors. We don't have anything to order. And he's starting to get defensive, and his stance is sort of changed a little.
Mhm.
Okay. Gorag, go.
Can Scrape see just barely past him at all? Like, is it just him in this like area,
He's
or
basically like standing in a little sliver of the door, like probably about 3 inches of the door is open, maybe 5.
Mhm.
And he's standing entirely in that. There is a little gap beneath his legs, and you are shorter, so I'll give you a perception check. Or investigation.
Oh my god.
It's very dimly lit inside. There seems to be candles lit. There's a wooden floor inside. You can't really make out anything else.
Mm. But so with the candlelight, does he see like any other maybe not any features of any people, but like any other silhouettes or anything?
I see a little silhouette.
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, no. You just see the floor and like part of a wall behind him.
Trying to think here.
What's Sazin doing while this is happening? Because you see him getting like confrontational and a little defensive.
I'm probably gonna use this sending stone to tell them to tell Screep to say back off. He's getting suspicious.
Yeah, so it's up to Scrape what they do.
I'm just trying to see if I do have anything. I don't know if I do.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Man.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
No,
If I have something.
it's one of those moments, you know?
It is one of those moments.
Fuck.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. So Screep will. Hold on, I have a letter. I'll be right back and grab it.
He closes the door.
Yeah. And he'll leave for now.
Did Gorag do something wrong?
Ice cream, sorry. That. Again in this weird, creepish, dwarvish voice. No, you didn't do anything wrong.
Says
Okay.
send through a sending stone. So how did you find the place? How? Damn, I can't do the voice. What the? How did you find the place? He's asking Screep.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just chewing. He will say that his new friend here made a delivery was like a week ago, something like that.
Yeah, I think so. About a week ago. Yeah.
What's the delivery for?
10 by 10 by 8 foot cage.
Yep.
I'm sorry, 10 by 10. That is way more than fucking 2 people.
Or some, I don't know, I forget what was the DM set.
Yeah,
10
that
by
it was
8 or
like 10 by 10 by 8.
okay.
That's a huge cage.
Yeah. It was probably
If you leave it-
constructed yeah, so it was constructed inside. You just delivered the pieces.
Yeah.
Sorry, that still fits way more than 2 people. Unless we're
Yeah.
planning for them to sleep in the cage, fully laying flat, and at that point, that's a bit too nice of a cage.
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
If they didn't leave today, they're leaving tonight. I'm assuming you didn't get a good look inside. Is there anything else around there? Any windows or anything?
I didn't see anything, but Scoop is trying to lie his way in.
You're too suspicious of that. Besides,
No. I have an idea.
They are contracted killers with a mission that they're not going to let anyone in unless you are working with the people who are working with them.
Right, I get that. But do you remember at all? Did they have anything that was maybe important to them, or that they might have? Me trying to think here. Might have been searching for, or like anything.
I guess Peter, because of the church, but I don't think he gives a shit about that. Besides that, everything else is basically around here.
Wait,
Peter's
so
the
look.
Peter's the one that answered the door.
Oh,
Besides that, I don't think Clay has shit he legitimately wants.
well, do you remember any like official documents or anything that might have been important to them?
At best, all I know is that they were fucking from Profligate, and one second, I'm rereading the recap because I'm so fucking
Mhm.
tired. Clay, Peter, yeah, literally, the only thing I can think of is that Peter was involved with a church, though I don't know how much he cares about that right now, considering he was brain dead. Well, I have nothing on. All I know is that he was with Profligate with Peter, essentially, and found him and has worked with him since.
Uh-huh. I guess Screep's idea is kind of dead in the water then, because, like, I forgot that Screep had this. He has a forgery kit.
I figured that's what you were doing. The issue is that any forgery you would make would not get them to leave or let you in unless it was something very specific. Sazin remembers the symbol of the, fuck, what's his name? Calamere.
Calamere. Yeah, you could
Yeah, he
maybe
knows the symbol, so technically he could help him just fake that, but that still wouldn't get him inside, because I think Calamere would probably send something direct, not have a third party do it.
right.
Which Satan's gonna be
Scoop's
like,
good at
anything
lying.
you forge or create is gonna be near impossible. They're working direct. No third parties, no nothing.
I mean, the seal might be made, or like, I don't know, because several different types of things, variety of parchments, paper, silver quills, sealing wax, gold and silver leaf, a small tool to sculpt melted wax to mimic a seal.
Oh no, Satan's like basically saying you can make it all you want, but you are not part of the group they're with, so they're basically gonna go, okay, no. It's the kind of the equivalent of putting like and getting a military uniform and rank, but everyone knows each other, so you having a uniform doesn't matter. They're like, I don't remember you,
Who the
sir."
fuck is this guy?
Yeah, essentially that. You can put on the uniform, but if they don't know you, you're getting shot.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
Well, what is your idea then?
I'm trying to scope out the building for now. DM, from what I see,
Mhm.
there is one door, any windows, any side entrances, anything else?
So it's here. Let me draw it on the map here. Just for the sake of explanation. So that's the wall.
Oh, okay.
Shit. It's like that. And then there's other buildings on like the sides here. So they're all really close together. Like those little portions where like there's a gap are big enough to like get in between. You can't see that from up there, but you just see a doorway right there. And the card is like back here.
So only one entrance, one exit.
Yes, that you can see. They haven't went around the sides yet, but I described that earlier.
Yeah, no, because isn't it depending on what we put it on top, would kind of look at this, would look around to the side of the and look down and see, and I'm assuming you can't find a door over here or window or anything on these two sides of them.
So you like walk in either direction to see like perspective wise if you can see a window.
Yeah.
Can you roll a D100?
Fuck.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm gonna do /R100, and that's not it. It's 1D100.
Yep.
That's
1D100.
Roll 100, yeah.
Okay.
5.
Yeah, so through the cracks of the buildings, you are able to make out a couple of windows on the left side of the building.
If you can, you could try to sneak around to the left side of the building and see there's a window on that side. And I'm really hoping that you get lucky and somehow can just see thump through it. Or at least a layout inside the building. Before we go with a forgery plan.
Okay. Yeah, so with that script, we'll kind of go around the building. Yeah, we'll first say to Gorg. I will not say, but in the message. Escape gonna go around the building. Stay here.
Okay.
If a fight breaks out, Escape will call your name and you can just burst through the door.
Okay. Gorak very strong. Gorak will destroy door.
Okay.
So you creep around the side of the building?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you trying to be auspicious or like hiding, or what are you doing?
Guess she's trying to be stealthy about it.
Okay. Can you roll a stealth check?
Yes. Oh my god.
12. Yeah, so 1 second. Let me look at something.
Now my rolls are being shit.
All right. So you see on the side of the building 3 windows as you like cross the corner of it, like over here. Let me change color. Yeah, so you see 3 windows positioned as so.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Let's see. Can he see through the windows?
I just realized they're windows and Screep's height. I forgot about that part.
Look, Scrape can climb. Probably.
So you look through the window.
Suspiciously.
Are you? Can you roll a d4?
I made a terrible mistake. I should have went down there myself and done this. I just no.
Okay, so you see, if you stand on your like little tippy toes, you can just barely see the edge of the window.
Okay.
And inside, you see two men seated at a table, one chair on the back side, and then two chairs at the front, towards the door. A large area rug in the center, and it's slightly saturated in blood. And off to the corner of the area rug, you, from your perspective, can see laying with their hands tied on their bellies is Alara. And then as you pan around in the corner by the doorway, you see Thump in a cage. He's just standing there looking at the ground, like right towards Alara.
Got it. Okay. And okay. And so where's Gorog? He's here.
I'm at the front door.
Gorag is here, roughly. Sazen's off
Okay.
in this direction.
I'm surprised you don't have a battle map, Pericus. You're probably
Oh no, I trust me.
And you said so for Screep can only see that there's like two guys.
Yes.
Okay. Screep just peeking out over this window.
Yeah, you're over in that direction.
Yeah.
If Scroop doesn't respond in time, Caesar's gonna send us a message going, "Are both of them alive?"
I mean, I'm pretty sure Screep knows that Layra's pretty dead.
Yeah, Alara has a deep, very deep cut in her throat area. Thump is just watching. He seems to be sentient, at least. He's very distracted.
Mm.
I was really didn't toss the body then.
I don't know why it would be important to them, but
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Either they want Alara to spill something or tell something, or otherwise they would keep Alara. So
Do you just stay at the window for a little while, or are you like just
Um,
peeking in and then looking away?
it's kind of just like peeking in, looking around for like maybe like 10 seconds ish, and then ducking back down.
Yeah, so you can see that they're saying something to each other. The man behind the desk closes the book that's on the table and then says something definitive, and they both shake their heads, yes, and they stand up. And then what do you do?
Would duck his head. So
Okay,
he doesn't get seen.
okay,
But he's gonna try and listen to the footsteps.
right. You hear, I guess it's a window, you could hear through it. Two sets of footsteps walking away from you. Like, same room and stuff, like they're not leaving. But there seems to be like, they walk towards each other essentially. Away from the window. Do you look through, or do you go back to Goreg?
He'll message Susan back and say, I already know Layra's dead, but some seems conscious.
if Alara's not dumb to put away or somewhere else, they may need her for something. I can technically, if that window is easy enough to look through, get them both out without a fight, but then we would have to run.
And how would that work?
You've seen me use a spell that moves people around unwillingly.
Yes, but
Just use that.
who's carrying Alara's body?
The giant guy you just hired.
Gorag
Script
is a
didn't
very
hire
happy
me. He made a
man.
friend.
Gorag is a very happy man. Boo boo doo boo boo doo.
He could
As
easily
Gorag's
carry
waiting in
Alera.
the alleyway, a person passes by the alley and waves at you.
Hello,
Yeah, they just
how
pass.
are you?
Yeah, they just pass by.
Just a friend.
Easily enough,
Um.
they could essentially be carried by him.
Okay. If you think that'll work.
So I do have a slightly and weird plan I can think of. Or here's gonna be weird distraction. I can set up the floor outside their house to be of ice
Mm-hmm.
with shape water. I then twin cast vortex warp. Teleport them literally onto Gorag's cart and put stuff over it. Then I confront the two outside, indicating it because they know I know those two, and then try to get into a weird argument, distracting them from the fact that they have escaped. And hoping they don't think it's me because I would have just distract, like I basically just lie and go, I just showed up finding him.
So, I mean, the cart it's large, but it's not big enough to fit Gorag in, especially if you're trying to conceal him.
No, I mean Thump.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm putting Thump and Alera in, and Gorag would carry them away.
that's your plan?
The whole point of the plan is for those two not to think that we stole them. The whole truth is thinking someone just took them away and completely disappeared.
Okay.
That's why he needs to distract them long enough so that they talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Because
you...
basically the entire point of this is one thing and one thing alone. We don't get into a fight and we don't trigger a serious contention with the consortium about us being the one who steal it. This is the best one I can think of where we don't get into a fight and we don't get into any negative consequences. Because just getting in, fighting, and killing them doesn't benefit us.
Okay, so what is...
Us.
Yeah, so what's Sazin doing up there on the catwalk?
He's mostly just thinking because he would need. The reason Sazin would run up and immediately talk to them is because he knows they know them. Hey, Screep. Your forgeries. How good are they?
Given a little bit of time, I could say they can be pretty good.
Depending on when they have to move them, I could make. If I have a plan, this works correctly, I need an excuse to keep talking to them and force them to stay with me to talk. So, if you can make a good enough forgery of a letter I need to hand over to them, I could be the one who does it.
Okay. I mean, just Scrape can get writing. Just tell me the details you need.
Sazin starts thinking, and then he will say, he will essentially say, well, I'm gonna have to meet you directly so I can draw the signia and give you a better understanding of how it should look and such. Describing it through sending is probably not the best idea. Sazin's gonna put up his hood and be like, I will meet you down on the other side of the square. And then Satan's gonna go down and meet Screep. And he's gonna already have started trying to, from memory, use minor illusion and start coming up with the actual symbol to make it easier. And if he meets Screep, he's gonna be like, okay, this is what it looks like using the minor illusion.
Yeah, so you didn't necessarily write it down.
But I've seen it, right?
Yeah, you've seen it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you'd
no,
have to make a
minor
recall.
illusioning, Yeah.
You have to make a check for that, probably. History check is what I would think. Or Arcana, if that's a thing you're good at.
I'm better at Arcana.
Yeah, because it's, magical symbols and that kind of thing are easier to recall.
Thank God.
All right.
thank
Yeah, so you're able to remember. So you're walking down. Screep, what do you do?
Scrape, I think is well, I mean, he meets with Sazin. He's gonna begin writing the letter, using whatever details that Sazin gives him. Because he has a forgery kit. It's designed to duplicate documents to make it easier to copy a person's seal or signature.
Okay, so you just walk through the square to meet Sazin.
Yeah.
Do you leave a cart there?
Yeah.
Goreg accompanies Screep.
If Gorg wants to, he can meet.
Yeah.
Screep, questionable friend.
Yeah, so
For
Screep
now.
comes out in front of the door.
Little friend back.
And then the
Hello.
and shows up immediately.
Who's that?
Greg, this is Sazin. Sazin, this is Goreg. Screep met him while he was delivering something. We're friends now.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
I am Goreg. Good friend.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for helping at least.
Yes. I helped very good.
Isabel's
So-
kind of mad about doing this thing. So he's gonna essentially say, "How much can you pull, by the way?"
Goreg very strong. Goreg can carry a lot.
Then this should hopefully fucking work. All right.
Why you ask?
So,
Because you're. Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Sorry.
Because I'm gonna possibly ask you to carry 2 unconscious or dead people in just a couple of minutes.
May not be first time for Gorag.
Good, makes it easier.
So I imagine now is when you would do the minor illusion thing, and you're doing this at like the side of a road, or where are you doing this?
If we can find a table so that Scoop has a better place to sit and do this,
Yeah, there's like an outside table area by one of the taverns at the like center square.
yeah, hopefully it's not. I guess we should probably go inside so that we're not as conspicuous
Yeah,
We're
it's
just-
unless no one notices.
When we were just writing something, I don't know.
minor illusion can be like really small too, right?
I guess yeah. My morphing was making the seal and just putting out a letter and then be like here, but
Sure.
that's fair.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and make a check for that, then Screep?
I was just gonna just find
Forgery.
another
Yeah.
location.
What would that be? Deception?
I think so, because the forgery, if from what I'm reading, yeah, deception, a well-crafted forgery such as papers proclaiming you to be a noble or red grants you safe passage, etc., can lend credence to a lie. So I guess it would be like a deception check.
Okay. Yeah, and then he has to
Agree
meet.
with this or
Yeah. I think that you would probably have. Well. So the reason he's able to make the check is because you did the minor illusion thing.
okay.
So, I don't know, maybe because you're there and you can like guide their hand. Like a +3 with the roll.
So, because I mean, so what he can do with the forgery kit, he can mimic someone's handwriting as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the handwriting. I guess I could minor illusion that as well.
'Cause, like he can do a couple of things with this forgery kit. So he can either mimic someone like some important figure's handwriting, or he can duplicate like a seal.
So
Well, I mean,
you've
it
seen
says
both.
the DCs for both.
Yeah, you've seen both Edrin and Calamir's handwriting at this point. Who? Or like, who are you trying to mimic with the handwriting?
It would have to be Calamir, right? That would make more sense than doing Edrin.
Mm-hmm.
Because Edrin sending a letter over would be a bit weird, but yeah, it'd probably have to be Calamir's.
Yeah, you want to make a history check?
Uh,
No,
Uh,
for Sazin.
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh,
That's much worse.
Okay, so you are able to give them an approximation of what you remember Calamir's handwriting to look like. So, yeah, you can do that as well. So go ahead and make your forgery kit roll. Deception with a +3.
I don't think there's necessary because it's just a kit, so it just has a bunch of stuff in it. So I think I just,
Yeah.
from what I'm reading, I think I just make a deception roll and then.
Do
Yeah,
you
you-
have any proficiency in it or have proficiencies in it?
Yeah, I have proficiency in the deception kit.
In
Yeah.
forgery kit?
Our deception kit.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Deception. Beautiful.
And so you have proficiency in being a rogue. Understandable.
No, because what I'm reading from the kit, like it specifies like the different checks you can make to use to.
Yeah, just roll the deception. I think
Okay.
that's we'll go off of that.
Okay, I'll just add a.
Because if you had the actual like proficiency in it, you can just ignore that and be like, all right, cool, let's use this.
Well, you get the
I mean, it's going to be the
bonus.
same
You get
either
you get the proficiency bonus. Yeah, what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Oh
Oh
no,
my god.
Are you?
Well,
it's an
I
8.
mean, he can.
It's a
can-
skill
I mean,
check.
You can make another one.
I think the whole. So the handwriting's going to be completely unbelievable, but the sigil, like the seal that you have, is going to be pretty sound. So it'll be up to them. But you have a forgery. I don't think that you can tell it's a bad forgery. In character, it's not like that. You'll think you did a good job either way. It's the check that is like a DC to meet. And if they roll, that's just the way it goes.
Well, I'm hopefully not handing over the letter. This is just an excuse to get them to talk to me while
Right.
they're going to go search.
Yeah, so you
I
have
need
your
to
reason.
distract them for at minimum a minute. That should get him far enough away to get to a certain address. But Sazin is basically going to go. All right. I almost called you Gregor.
Gregory. Gregory. Come pick my friends up, Gregory.
If he's gonna say to Gohawk, this is the address we would actually need to take and head over to.
Oh,
Literally writing it down, it's basically just the what's it called again, DM? Not carriage, there's a name for it.
The
The
cart.
service we're using to get north.
No,
Oh,
we could go back to their bar temporarily.
No, we need to leave.
well, you contracted
need to leave?
you contracted Storming
Yes.
Ridge for passage north.
Wait, why? Wait, out of care.
paid
Why do we need to
Storming-
leave so
We
quickly?
paid Storming Ridge to go on pass, which was supposed to happen today. And even if we did take him out and left, we are, supposed to be
Or
A,
just
doing
to
the
bring
mission.
Lyra's dead body with us.
Well, where we would drop off a Lyra's dead body, that's probably, a bit wanted. They also,
no,
besides, she's gonna revive anyways.
I don't know, because it took a pretty bad.
We take them to the main area. To be fair, the other areas are areas might be too far away.
I mean, if our plan is to try and revive them, I don't think in going to Storming Ridge or trying to.
Well, I was
Because
gonna
I
say,
think with the longer, am I misremembering the longer that they're don't have some form of rival, like the more they lose or whatnot?
They'll revive automatically either way.
Okay.
the issue is either we get them to a pretty public location where other people like them other people like the two in there would be monitoring, and most likely would attack and try to get them out. If we're lucky, maybe I don't know. If the fool is watching, and we'll kill them and then grab Alera. But for now, the whole point of this is stealthily leaving and they don't notice. If we go to an area where they'll obviously think we'll head off to, they'll notice, we get into a fight, and their lives could be still in danger and it gets to be captured again.
Gorag can be very stealthy.
If you think we can get them over to essentially the circle and get them up to. Who are we getting up to heal at this point? Not Faye, not Frey. Her name. Fuck.
You mean like to revive them?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to figure out how
You
this
know
is
that
how
like
it's going to
previously
work
you were
with-
given the access to a resurrection chamber in Helm's Keep, but that was for the reason of the Fool's Carnival. You don't know if you'd be allowed back in, or but you do have some bargaining chips considering the cause of this, so you probably could get in. Aerith is the lady.
That was it. It was Eric. I don't know why I keep forgetting the Final Fantasy joke. Anyways, our best bet would be have to get over to Aerith and then have her take her in and protect her from being attacked again. But that assumes that there's no one watching that area for such.
Okay, we
which
can.
is a
I mean, we
lot.
can do that, but I don't see how going to Storming Ridge helps that though.
We leave the city so that she can revive without them trying to follow or rush us. They shouldn't know exactly where we're going if we leave the city. They may assume we're going anywhere. And going north would technically be considered a suicidal pact.
But why would they? But why would they know though?
They wouldn't. My point is, us leaving the city means they don't know where we're going.
No, why would they know where we're going at all, even if we're still in the city?
She's dead. Where else would we go if we were just not leaving? One of the most populous and well-known places in the city is the Storming Hall. They would have agents watching it.
That's why I'm saying we can bring them back to their bar temporarily.
That still wouldn't revive them. And the bar would probably be watched as well. The bar that they... Also, I'm assuming you mean the actual bar they're supposed to own and not the Friends bar?
It could be either or. They
Yeah,
could
no,
be.
they're definitely watching both. Most likely we'll be watching both if there was an escape attempt by them.
Gorag is very confused.
My whole point is that I don't want to go through this, go to an area where we're caught and we just get killed or beat up or they lose them again. If we at least get out, then we can have a chance for a natural resurrection. If we don't and we can't get them to a place where we can guarantee them to revive, we either get killed by them and captured, or at best case scenario, we somehow get lucky and escape.
Because me as the player, I don't know what's going to end up happening. I'm just trying to, because like, Alira's dead, revival, yes, but also Matt isn't here to play Alira's character, which is I think the whole point of why they died in the first place.
I mean, he's doing it in character of, anyway, she's gonna revive, of course, so... And taking over to the resurrection area is still a terrible idea because that's probably the most watched area.
I mean,
Because in lore, they
yeah,
revive anyways, it doesn't really matter. Unless, because the what I thought the consortium was going to do is dump Alira's body or put it somewhere else, but considering the body is still there, that means that they need something from Alira, definitively.
Does Tiny
Most
Friend
likely.
have meat?
Huh?
Does Tiny Friend have turkey?
Oh, beef.
Beef jerky. Good question. I don't know.
You have
I guess,
rations.
yeah, DM, out of in character, would Sazin know about watch patterns? I guess he probably should have. Well, no, there's no way he could have logistically done it. But could Calamir have set up actual other people to watch locations of escapes? Because there's supposed to be a warning if
Yeah.
those two escape and go somewhere and get around this whole thing. I feel like that would be considered a failure of his planning.
It's feasible that he could have eyes anywhere. They hire agents, you know. He's one of the 3 of the consortium that has like the most amount of like
Yeah.
leeway with like hiring agents and all that. So it's possible.
So sending it, basically going to one of the most populous areas or an area where they definitely would usually go to for safety is probably not the safe bet.
I mean, but that's assuming that they don't have anyone going to the Obsidian. That they don't have anyone going to that Obsidian Peak area either. Doesn't I mean either way, nowhere we go is going to be safe.
The whole point of the stealth operation is that they won't know where we went to. And the Obsidian piece is the last place they would expect us to take a dead corpse and another one that's really, really basically just beaten up. And we still have our mission anyways.
You guys still outside?
Yeah.
What's your passive perception?
God damn, I think 14. One sec, I think it's 13 actually. 13. Yeah, Fump had the passive perception here, by the way, with 14.
Passive perception is 15 for me.
Okay, so I guess Sazin maybe, or maybe Goreg. I don't know. Goreg saw a person, but no, I guess Sazin would only recognize them. Yeah. So Sazin, you recognize Clay walking down the street towards the square. They're carrying a bag, like a small satchel, and they seem to be headed like up towards, they're going back up the hill towards the city proper. They haven't seen you.
So there should be only one person in the house right now. From assumption.
Right.
Well, there's Clay walking down the street.
Yeah, he has a hood up, but you definitely recognized his face.
Because I mean, the only thing is like, it's gonna be easier to follow them to the path.
What?
What?
Sorry, my brain is not working right now. Like, okay, so like if we go to try and escape through the not through the Obsidian Peak, but like to that general area, it's gonna be like the Storming Ridge, whatever. It's gonna be easy to track them regardless.
The assumption is that they would assume we go north, which would be considered death. And usually they will look in the city first before they assume we run out north. Two of us, if they know, assume we're from the south over here.
No. So because remember, Gorag is going to be rolling them out in a cart.
Hello.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
the whole
very-
point.
which
They
is
won't
very-
know they're in the cart. We take it from a cart to the if it goes with my plan, to the why do I keep forgetting, to the carriage area. Then we take them out of the cart to the carriage area, put them in carriages, and head up north. By the time they figure out that we have left the city, we should be already too far enough gone for them to even make a good guess about where we go.
Ooh.
If we stay in the city and attempt to either put them in a location where we definitively know they will have people watching, resurrection areas where Thump and Alara hang out normally, they will catch us quicker and try to attack us. And we have to hope that either you get allies in to help fight them off, or that we don't die.
And Screep has connections with the family.
I'm sure there's not a bunch of consortium agents watching the family right now for something like this, considering the whole point about them saying this is a warning to us about what we're choosing to do and who we're working with.
I mean, that part I get, but at the very least, we'd have some sort of protection.
I definitely still feel like we wouldn't, and they would still kill us before we get to the family. Also, the family has no real reason to protect those two now anyways.
Screep has good. Screep has ties with
All
them.
right. So what is going on?
I
Like-
think we're just trying to discuss what
Yeah.
we want
Those
to
Brian
do.
just argue this for us to leave, so we're gonna also go on the main quest and do this as silently as possible. No bloodshed, nothing.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, you've been here probably about 5 minutes at this point.
Hmm.
Yay.
If we keep them in the city, we die and they die as well. And we die and they get recaptured again.
Oh no, that's very bad. Gorag no want to die.
So are you guys moving back to capture them or get them back, or what are we doing here?
No, look, we're gonna capture them definitely. The point is where to take them, and I still say we take them to the carriage where we still have our payment in there.
I mean, because like the payment doesn't really matter all that much because they said that they would cover the cost because they felt bad about the situation happening.
Yeah.
Well, they're still the thing is they're still trying to leave today. My whole point
Uh,
is that we
the-
set it up, we can go.
Yeah. Yeah, the carriage was set for today. They
Yeah.
said if you waited, or if you had to wait, that it might be additional charge, but they would wait. They have not unlimited resources, but for carriages and stuff, they have quite a few of like the drivers and people necessary to escort you to where you need to go.
Yes, we get down there, we put in the bodies, we heal them, we get out of Dodge.
All right. So what's the plan here? Where are we moving? I guess we're headed back to
If you want to distract them, as he points at Screep this with the letter, you can go ahead and do that while I teleport the two into the carriage that he has, and he basically needs to go away while I confront the others.
So Gorag brings them where?
The carriage service. Do you know where it is?
Yes, Gorag know where that is.
Perfect. You bring them straight there. We'll meet
Okay.
up with you, and then we will hopefully just immediately leave.
Okay,
I mean,
so you
I
guys.
guess I guess we can try that, but the thing is, I just don't know how well it's gonna work. I mean, if we're gonna try and go on this main mission, and we don't know how it's gonna take, how long it's gonna take them to get revived.
Well, no, only one of them is dead.
Well, I know, but like how long it's gonna take for Layla
So
to
out of
get
character, the
revived.
player isn't coming back.
Yeah, we know
Yeah.
that in character. They definitively are coming back because of how the world works.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
that's what we're assuming. That's kind of like the thing I'm confused about here is, I mean,
So it sounds like the plan is to grab them, and then if you're able to find a place for them to resurrect. And the point of contention here is, do we wait in the city for them to be resurrected, or do we leave with them in tow to resurrect on the road to the Obsidian Peak?
I'm not
Right.
more saying that we're never able to get to the resurrection spot. We're going to get captured before that point.
Right.
Was my full thing. Yeah.
I understand that. We got to move forward here.
okay. I mean, I guess we can go with it. I just don't know how well it's gonna work with the.
Take it as it comes. We'll go with it.
Okay.
Don't have a Lara revive, or I guess I can have a Lara get sent back with the carriage when it leaves, and then I'll just say, "Hey, could you pick up this person and keep an eye on her, please? Because I have connections, and you can get yours to come out here because I'll know where we are." Out of character.
Right.
You can either ask the family or I'll ask Edrin to pick up a Lara and keep him with him.
Okay, so you guys all head back to the safe house.
Well,
Okay, yeah, I guess
we
so.
can do this. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and distract him while I put the two, I would like to look to see if Clay has returned.
Yeah, you haven't seen him.
Okay. Hope this goes through fine. I would like an actual plan I ever make to actually fucking work. But yeah, go ahead, bring that letter to them. Try to distract them. I'll teleport them in, and then I will help with the distraction at minimum. Let's fucking do this.
Sazen, can you make a wisdom save, please?
Okay. It went so well the last time. 7.
Okay. Yeah, so you make it to the front of the safe house. You're all... is Screep in the cart? We left the cart there, so we're all
Yeah.
walking down the alley.
Gorag needs the cart.
Yeah.
So,
So-
Gorg has the cart.
So Goreg has the cart. He's standing by the cart.
Yes.
Screep and Sazin.
So no, I'm not with Screep. I'm at the side of the building, like 20 feet away from the window.
Yeah,
so I can
Screep
teleport him out,
is-
Yeah.
Going and delivering the letter.
Right.
So he's gonna be like 20 feet away from the window,
Okay.
trying to get an angle to see both of them, so he can twin. I'm gonna make sure I get the feature ready.
So
He would have-
would Sazin be watching through the window before Screep knocks or after?
He would be doing it after.
Okay. So we see Screep and the party turn down the alleyway, and the screen fades to black. We fade back in, looking at the shag like area rug in the hideout here, and we hear a rhythmic like sawing sound. It sounds wet and fleshy. And blood, new blood, not the dried blood, but it is dark, like red,
Ah.
is spilling on the floor into the corner of the camera. And we hear someone say, "Hey, Clay, can you do the thing you were supposed to do, like, last night? We can't keep putting this off, especially with so many people asking questions." "Oh, where's it go?" "We got to get it back to, what was it? You know. Here, take this bag and just go ahead and they'll know what to do with it." "All right." And you hear we're still looking at the ground, and we see coming out of the like frame of the shot. I'm imagining the cameras like, I don't know. It's a neat shot for my brain to think about. 1 second. We see that basically, and we see this guy walking through the frame, tracking blood across the carpet and the floor, and then a door opens, closes. Couple of moments pass, and we hear a knock at the door. Screep knocks at the door, and Peter comes to answer the door. Same thing as before. He opens it about 4 inches. One thing has changed, though. You notice, because you're so short and your perspective has shifted a little. You notice a bloody footprint there that was not before. But Peter opens the door, says, "Are you guys like salesmen or something? I mean, I could pay you to leave. How much gold or how much irons do you want to fuck off?"
You just no. As I said, letter here.
Fucking love this game.
Yeah, he takes so you give it to him?
Yeah.
Ian, I'm just like outside the 20 foot. I guess I'm 20 foot away. I can easily teleport him through.
Right.
Did the other person? Did Clay leave?
Yep.
So Clay left. Can I, from the 20 feet away from the window, can I see everything
Yes.
in here?
Yeah.
So I see Alara completely cut apart.
She has no head.
Cool.
Everything
I'm
else
so
is the
glad
same.
we had to take time to discuss this. I'm really fucking happy about that. Could have at least saved her, and now she's just cut up.
Did you guys think that there was a head in the bag when I saw Clay, or when you saw Clay?
Yeah, I did. I was like, he probably's doing this now, and this is great. And we just couldn't get an agreement because we have to save her, guys. Don't worry, we can't just do this now.
No. So
Yes.
okay, out of character. Like I was discussing. Okay, before the games, I was just out of character. I was discussing this with Aaron because he's not here. We know Alara is not coming back.
Right.
I mean, yes, the whole revival thing, yes. But I was discussing with Aaron, how Thump would want to, deal with Alera's body, and he said cremation. That's
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, we
Like-
don't get an option now. She's just completely cut in pieces instead of a possible peaceful
Well,
a peaceful
she-
passage.
she's
her
cut in
body's still
two
there, She's
pieces.
just
Well,
missing
her-
a head.
They're cutting off more at this point probably. They're gonna get individual pieces so it's easier.
Well, either way, we can try and retrieve the pieces to, give her a proper.
No,
send
I
off.
can't do that. I can only do one thing at a time. So I can't do like each individual piece. We find her head somehow. I can now teleport her body and thumb. I can't find the head. It's gone. And
If we can, okay, but we can teleport her body, yes, but at least try and give her a proper
Yeah.
send off, at least, even if we don't have her head.
All right, so Peter is at the door. He's like, "Pay you to fuck off." What do you do?
He hands him the the forgery with the seal.
Do you say anything?
He says, I told you I had a thing to deliver. I found the letter for it. My throat's going.
Yeah. So he extends his hand through the doorway. He opens it a little bit wider. And you see Sazin through the window behind him. Sazin, what are you doing?
I'm 20 feet away from that window. This thing is 90 feet distance. I ain't close. Twin
Can you so
Vortex
vortex
warp.
warp?
target body and creature. Creature can willingly fail the throw. I am teleporting them right into the cart that Gorag has, and then just putting a cover over it, and then basically just go.
Okay, so you
I'm having Screep Beast a full distraction, so he doesn't notice them just gone.
it doesn't say if it makes a noise or anything.
Well, I do. I'm like 20 feet away through a
I
window. so
know,
didn't notice, but
You make
yeah.
the noise, but is
Yeah.
there a noise that is noticeable for the target's disappearance?
And this is a magically twisted space around it, so maybe there'd be like a slight wind, I guess, if you want to be fully honest. But
You know what? I'm gonna
I guess
roll a
depending on-
D100.
Great.
you know, I'm trying to get super distracted so he doesn't notice it, or like isn't paying
Yeah,
attention.
I-
like anything behind. Yeah,
This
but
this
that's
is
the
to
whole-
give him the chance to notice. Sub 50 he notices.
I
If he
really-
rolls a perception check. Actually, what's his passive? I'll use his passive perception and just roll a D20 to see how loud it is.
Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, so
Peter.
I guess Screep would hear this. You hear a sort of as the air that was once in the space where Thump was on the other side of the doorway, you hear like a sort of echo as if there's someone in the room, but he doesn't seem to notice as he's reading the letter. And that is when I scroll up and try to find, it's not in the chat, is it? It's an investigation.
Yes.
Yeah, it should be. If you want to post it again, if you have the full.
Cool.
Actually rolled lower.
Man, I told you guys, I was like, let's let the dice decide, it'll be fine. But no, the DM doesn't know anything. I that's how it always happens, isn't it?
Usually it's like, here's a really good plan. Oh, you rolled the dice wrong once. Damn, unfortunate combat.
All right, so the Sazin, you see Alera and Thump beat. Hold on, let me. Space of your choice that you can see within range.
Yeah, so literally, if I was gonna have
Bit of a
Galrod be
hole
like-
there. Yeah.
I was gonna say like a Galrod could be like another 90 feet away from me.
No,
wait,
it says
Oh,
it says an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see. The cart is on the other side of two walls.
Duels?
Well, the wall
I
you're
thought-
standing
I
next
thought-
to.
no, I was trying to get him to be. I was trying to get him to be next to me.
Oh,
Yes, no. Us
I
two
thought you
are
were
on the
doing it to the
side,
cart.
yeah. No, I'm doing it to the cart. I want him to carry the cart next to me.
Okay.
Yes, no, I'm just
I imagine
having it appear in the cart. Yeah.
Gorag plays ball. He tries to fit the cart in the 6-foot gap, but
Well,
it does not fit.
wait. I thought there was. Can you go back to the other map?
There is a gap. I described it
over
as
here.
that there's a building on the other side of that. I didn't draw it.
Okay, well, it's the spell can. 1 second.
You can fit Thump and Alera beside you. You can't fit the cart there. It's
Well, the
like
spell is 90 feet from my location. If I can look at my spell real quick.
sure.
Yeah. The target must.
I'm
have
really glad I
20
read
feet.
that. Oh my goodness. That would have been very different, I think. Yeah, so he's reading
Yeah, see
the
within range. So not he could be 90 feet from me.
yeah.
So is there anything down here, or is there any space up here, or anything?
I mean, the rest of the alleyway is as wide as the rest. They're all built to the same specs,
Is this
roughly.
an alleyway over here?
Yeah, so what I was picturing in my head was another, like, longer building right there.
Okay, over here is another building.
Sure. That's the street.
Yeah, no, he can be parked in the street.
Okay.
If it's 90 feet away from me, I can just put him over there.
All right.
Or he can just back up and reverse it.
Sure. Yeah, and so Goreg is here, you're here, and Screep's here.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I thought there was a whole street area.
No,
over
I'm
here.
sorry. I really should have. I'm sorry.
That's fine. But if there's an area over here.
Yeah, so you
basically it's
teleport-
90 feet, yeah.
Teleport Thump here during your turn.
Oh yeah, no, I'm twinning it, so I get both.
And Alera. But I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I
Yeah,
could
you're fine.
do
Don't worry. But I just want to indicate this in case something felt like that. But he gets both of them over there so that Gorag can notice them and then put them in the cart.
Cool. Yeah, so Goreg, the two bodies are slumped. Or I guess Thump is standing, sentient. He's like,
I was unconscious. That's
What-
what I was curious about.
he's not unconscious. He's definitely in a state of shock, though. It's like, oh,
Oh,
Some space in his picture right now, just like
yeah, it's literally that.
well, as soon as I feel him in the cart, I bolt towards the place that you told me to go.
Okay, so you said, and I quote, you'd cover the wagon with something. What do you cover it with?
Didn't Screep have like a blanket and stuff he used earlier to
No.
cover it?
Nope, we covered this.
Wait, I thought you specifically did. How did he?
Nope.
no,
that
that was back.
so the
because I
walls
thought
of the
Screep had
cart-
a blanket.
The walls of the cart are as such. You'd have to make Thump lie down in the cart.
Yeah, no, I was gonna thump lie in the cart.
Okay.
Yes. Which I agree. I thought Screep was doing as well. And
I
thought
think
she was
if he
gonna make
saw-
him go-
So after your turn of vortex warping, what do you do with the rest of your turn then? Because Thump is currently standing next to the cart.
One second, let me check my inventory because I legitimately thought Screep pulled it out from his disguise kit to make it cover over him.
Yeah, if you have it in your inventory, you could have left it with Goreg. I think that's fine.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have a blanket.
Does
I
Goreg
thought-
have anything tarp or blanket like?
Give me a sec. I'll take a quick look.
Because
Depending
this
on
would
what
have been
your
a thing you would have
inventory-
talked about prior. I just wanted to keep it moving. It felt like we
Yeah.
were in a stagnation
I have
point.
I have a bedroll.
Your
There you
bedroll's
go.
pretty large.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It would fit over them, but it wouldn't necessarily cover the whole cart, but it would fit over both of them. So, yeah. So what do you do, Sazen?
If
He has the bedroll in the back of the cart, prepared to cover them when they enter it.
okay, if I knew he was gonna be unconscious, I would have given Galrog like words to indicate to Thump to be.
The
like,
way I'm playing Thumb's consciousness currently is he is like deadlocked, staring at the floor. He notices things around him. He can be convinced by people who are like friends or recognized to him, but he is, for all intents and purposes, like in a semi-unconscious state.
he's gonna basically, he's gonna be like, fuck's
He's
sake,
like
why
in,
didn't
he's
you-"
like in his sentry's rest state, more or less.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is why I want to put it
Conscious,
inside
but
the
not,
cart
like,
laying down
moving.
so that he couldn't do that. Damn it. Okay.
So you can choose to teleport him into the cart because you can see it,
Oh no, yeah, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to teleport him into the cart.
but
laying
he would
down.
be.
Yeah,
it-
the whole,
I guess
if
in
I
the
think
game-
the way I
tell him to
Standing
stay down. He'll run over and tell him to like stay down. You're safe.
hold on, let me measure some stuff here.
I said it was 90 feet from me. It
Yeah,
is
so the
about
edge of the
90
building
feet.
is 30 feet. That other building's probably another 60. So yeah, you can probably do that. Like the width of that building that they were in is 30 feet. You have range to do that, but he would be standing because I don't see anything about it where you can like choose to knock the target prone or anything like that.
Yeah, I was figuring if he was already prone, he would
I
stay
guess it
prone,
just
but
kind of
he's
really
not.
depends on if Thump was standing or sitting in the cage.
He was standing in his sentry's
Yeah.
rest pose. So what you see,
Okay.
Goreg, is Sazin casts a spell up the alley. Two new friends teleport into the cart. One is headless, laying, like, there's no blood anymore, really, because she's been dead for like a day and a half at this point. Or I guess like a day, roughly. And Thump, a giant 6'5" robot, is staring dejectedly down at Alera. What do you do?
You talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
So currently, you're gonna have to repeat what you just said because you kind of cut out a bit for me.
Oh, so in the cart is a prone, headless corpse and a large 6'5" robot automaton with like glowing yellow eyes who is standing in the cart looking down at the headless corpse.
New friend must sit. I go fast now.
Oh, are we going somewhere?
Yes, away.
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
Okay.
Sort of run over and talking
Why the
Asian
fuck am I
so
off
he
the
knows
D&D
me.
Beyond? Give me a sec. D&D Beyond is being bullshit for me.
Because what I'm trying to do is figure out if it's Goreg or Sazin that gets them to prone. Just for the state of context.
Yeah, but Stacey is gonna take long. Stacey was gonna merely look to see where Clay was so that he could rush Clay and
Yeah,
be like,
so-
"You son of a bitch," and cause a scene so he's not paying attention to.
So while all this is happening, Peter is looking at the letter. What did you guys write the letter to say?
This was going to be a letter which Sazin would put down to indicate
15.
an update of situation.
You got a
Mostly about-
15, okay.
Mostly the letter was going to say, you're still being unfortunately monitored. Multiple members of the family and of the page have increased their efforts. Luckily, it seems no one has figured out where you are. Luckily, no one has figured out where you are quite yet. Besides those we have told, those I have told in the consortium.
So this is just an information letter.
Essentially, it is a update letter
Okay.
for the people over there. Considering he's going to assume he did not get one before the meeting went through.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made the checks and stuff. So Peter has the paper in his hand. He looks at the sigil. He holds it up like in the light. He opens the door a little wider to let some more light into the dimly lit room. Still shrouding you from the sight of the cage and Alera's blood.
Right.
But he's like pondering over the letter, and Screep can hear like the snap from the vortex warp spell, and then I imagine Sazin's traveling down the alley as he says, "Thanks for the update. I mean, I never met you at the consortium before. What are you, a courier or what? What is this?"
I'm a courier for a courier.
Courier for a courier. Yeah, that makes sense. Consortium does shit like that. Yeah, all right. Do they need anything from us? Or are we good to stay here? We're just now. Can you deliver a message to Calamir for me?
He'll kind of have a pen, like get a pen and paper out to write it.
Sure. Yeah. So as you do that, he's basically saying, "Yeah, just let him know we took care of the what do I call it? We took care of her. He's in custody as far as I know. We're gonna try to get some answers out of him. So far, questioning is fairly uneventful. Seems pliable now, more so than a couple hours ago, at least. Yeah, that's it.
And he'll hand over the letter just to make sure.
Yeah, he signs it with your pen,
Mhm.
and he gives it back to you.
Looks at it. Scrape will look at it and like, yeah, looks good.
All right. Do I owe you anything? Normally, couriers are. Do they pay you already?
They didn't. They paid me to send the letter, not to. I just not to deliver one back.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on a sec. I gotta go get some coin.
Okay.
He closes the door.
And he's gonna book it.
Sazin, you get back to the car, and they're laying down. Sazin probably, with Gorag's help, covers them with the bedroll,
And books it.
and then Gorag leaves. He gets the fuck out of Dodge.
Do I see Clay anywhere? That is my main concern now, because if Clay sees any of this, the whole entire plan was fucked.
So as Gorag heads down the street with the covered wagon, Screep is seen coming out of the alleyway and meets you at the entrance. Where would that be? Like here. These three are now gone over somewhere else.
Scrape just.
If Screep can see me, I'm going to literally mouth change disguise.
Ah.
Because yeah, maybe that'd be a bit better for
I
me
mean,
to hide.
he could just drop the disguise.
Oh no, yeah, he's definitely saying change.
Yeah.
Drop it, either get
Yeah,
a
he's
new
booking
outfit
it,
or
just
drop it.
Yeah, the Scrape is booking it, just drop the.
Yeah. He
the
needs to
disguise
hide.
self.
He literally needs to fucking hide because he's definitely the. They know he's here. They definitely know he was stolen. Satan has two options. He can either hide and go away and make them not know. He's gonna cause a whole scene so that.
I mean,
They
Scrape
just
can
don't know.
just walk casually by this point because
They
the
know
difference between the difference between a pink kobold in a dress and
Yeah.
and his 4 it's vastly different.
Okay.
Yes, they
I'm saying
do
that
know
these two
him.
know you, as in like they fought with you before.
Yeah, I know
you.
but they wouldn't know that he just like he didn't have any recognition that Screep was disguised at all. He could just literally be walking down the street.
No, that's not my point. My point is that they know you, all of you are friends, and they now just saw the person has escaped. They're gonna be like, ah, I see the guy who was friends with them somewhat close to where this happened. The reason Satan is doing this is because he's basically part of the consortium going, I can make bullshit up. If Screep's around here, they're gonna know, oh, I see, he rescued them.
So what does Screep do?
Satan would have explained all this before
Yeah.
they did the plan.
No, I know. I figured you weren't talking about this
I'm
in
doing
character.
Danganronpa of re-explaining in the
I
past.
really like for heist missions. I really like this concept where you have a certain amount of preparation, like adjusted beforehand, and then things that come up are based on character stats. I love that. So, Screep.
I mean, as the player, I can see it being either or.
It's completely up to your character.
I'm going to roll. Was it 10 or 10 or higher? He casts disguise self again to change into someone else. 10 or 9 or lower, he just stays as himself.
Oh, no, you can still be Screep. You need to hide quickly.
Oh, okay. If he, I thought the whole thing is that you wanted him to change his, like, okay, he can hide.
No,
Okay,
I'm so sorry. I meant basically Screep needs to basically, after dropping his disguise, hide or not
Okay,
get caught.
Ninja
Yeah.
smoke
Okay,
cloud.
yeah, that makes it just vastly
Vanish.
not less confusing because I thought you wanted him to disguise self as someone else again.
Nope. You don't worry. You don't have to do that.
Ninja
Yeah,
vanish.
okay, people just go and hide that, like after he books it. like hide somewhere.
Okay. In your dwarf disguise?
No, so he dropped
So you
drops
drop
the
disguise and then you
Yeah,
hide
he
as Screep.
yes.
Can you make a stealth check?
I'm trusting Streak is
Yes.
good enough at this, which I really should hopefully pray he is.
He has a
Yeah.
+6. Like
Yeah,
I've just been
lockdown.
rolling.
Yeah.
No,
Nice.
I've just been
we
rolling
go.
kind of badly.
All
I,
right.
know, I'm saying, I don't trust rolling good. I just trust everything else around.
So where was the plan to meet up at?
I have to-
I was gonna say, yeah, definitely at the carriage service. 'Cause we
At
will
Storming Ridge.
immediately leave right after.
Okay.
Yep.
So Sazin,
Yeah.
you're watching Screep vanish in front of your eyes. It's like a magic trick. He basically blends in with the crowd, and then you never see him until you get to whenever you see him next, which is to be determined.
He just
Sazin.
snaps his fingers and he's gone.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
So Sazin is going to try to like casually hide. Like he's gonna start like walking around, acting like he's looking for something. And
Mhm.
then if like they run into him or he sees them, he can basically blow up into a scene. If they never see him, that's good. But if they do see him, he's gonna be like, "You bastard! I was not part of this plan at all."
So you're
He's
just
trying to
walking?
distract him long enough. Yeah, he's gonna try to like walk around, look for Clay, and see if Peter is leaving.
Walk in
or
here.
something.
Hey,
If
I'm
he
walking.
doesn't see either of them, he's gonna immediately go over and head down south.
So you just walk towards the Storming Ridge place.
Essentially, yeah.
All right.
If I see either of them, I'm gonna try to distract them. If I don't, I'm heading down.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. You're starting to walk down the street. You're about 60 feet away from the alleyway, if you're just walking. And you hear behind you someone say, "Way to go! Fuck! Fuck! Clay!" And he's gonna make a perception check.
Should I make stealth or is it gonna be my passive stealth?
Are you trying to hide?
Well, I'm trying to be like casual about it. So I'm
Trying to, like, blend
hide,
in.
But if he catches me, I don't want to be like obvious. I guess it'd be deception. I don't know.
You can roll.
Or
You can roll
Performance, maybe.
either performance or stealth with your charisma bonus.
Stealth with charisma would be.
Dude, Goreg has +5.
But I have the actual bonuses.
Okay.
So add another 3 to this.
Okay. 15.
Yeah.
15.
That's your stealth check.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he looks around and he just I don't know if you see this. You probably see it like out of the corner of your eye. You like sort of glance back. He just throws his hands up and just starts looking around. And then he runs back inside. And then, can you roll a D100?
Okay. And those E100s are high.
So, I think the 15 is gonna stand here. Let me do a thing.
Do the thing now.
Dude, I don't know how, but Goreg has a +5 to stealth.
He's got that good perception.
So,
Stealth, I meant.
Stealth, man. Look at 10-foot tall.
all right. So you are walking out of the Narrows,
Yep.
back up towards Storming Ridge. Luckily, they're basically right next to each other. When you see Clay, he has a bag in his hand. It's empty, and he looks around and he definitely recognizes you. And he changes his direction towards you, but he's still walking.
Cool. I'm going to make it. I'm going to try to fake a scene, make an angry face. I need this to also be quick as fuck. I'm gonna walk toward him if he notices me. You son of a bitch.
You say that in character?
Yes. He has to pull up an act. He needs this to be fucking quick. Come on, I need to. Literally out of character, I'm basically just going, please let this plan work. Please let this
Yeah.
fucking plan work.
So he walks up to you and you say, "You son of a bitch," is what you say?
Yes.
When you say that, what's his vibe? Like, is he angry at him about the events that happened, or are you saying like,
he's portraying
you know,
on the events?
you
I
ever
definitely
seen
see what you mean,
Terminator
yes.
You son of a bitch. So he's
Yeah.
anger. Okay.
Yes, he is technically, he's half faking anger, half actually angry, considering, he kind of saw what he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't gonna make you roll at all because the way that this is going. He walks up to you and says, "Hey, how you doing? What's the matter?"
Is he acting like he knows me or no?
He knows you.
Cool. But he's just acting casual.
Just coming to say hi. No bad
Yeah.
feelings about the feast thing.
He's gonna twitch his eye. I want you to fucking know every single person is not looking for you two. You know that, right?
Why?
You were in a public banquet with some of the most powerful people, and you stole two of them who
You're-
were in relationship with a.
So you're shouting that in the middle of a busy
No,
street.
he's scream whispering.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stole two people for a celebration banquet. You made the family angry, the page angry, the knight, the fool. It looked foolish.
Price of doing business, I'm afraid.
He,
I get my orders from higher than you. And I outrank you, boy.
He is going to blow his breath through his nose. You better be hobbled up in the most secure location ever.
Sorry again.
I don't know if I should wish you luck or say or feel like you're gonna possibly get around this. He's gonna ball his hands up in a fist, knowing what they did, and he's gonna say, "Let's see if you're lucky enough to survive the next week." And he walks past him.
It's just business. And then he walks off.
If Alera was not having his head chopped off, he would probably do like the movie thing and smile because of a job well done. But he can't do that.
Almost.
Yeah, now it's just a grim, sour face as he just remembers teleporting fucking headless body. He's gonna be the last one who shows up there, definitely.
So
at the
Goreg,
carriage service.
yeah,
Goreg, where did you take the carriage? Like, I know you're in Storming Ridge, but in Storming Ridge, there's a lot of different businesses, and it's like a district.
did he not give me the address for it?
Okay,
Of
Sazin,
nowhere, right?
where would you tell him to go with the
I
bodies?
would tell him to go, if I remember the area correctly, I would tell him to go slightly near the address, but like sit in an alley or something and wait for us to show up.
It's like off to the side, inconspicuous, like.
Yeah, because he has a corpse
Yeah,
on him.
yeah.
So I'd rather us be there to explain it.
Just for the sake of my sanity, can Goreg make a intelligence check?
Please,
Okay.
And Gorag, remember all those instructions?
I should have wrote this down.
17.
Gorag
Okay.
can remember instructions.
Yeah, so you're off, tucked like across the street and like around a corner to the building that the caravanassery where you like contracted the transport to be. And then you see Screep coming up, but it's actual Screep and not the Dwarven Screep in the pink dress.
Oh, tiny person. Tiny friend.
Are you okay?
Yes. Okay. I did good, right?
You
Gorag,
did very good.
God, happy.
You see in the cart a couple of flies have been like swarming.
Oh.
Gorag had snack with flies.
Yeah, Scrape is going to Um, Screep. This is gonna be so out of place. But Screep, you said we're like in a place because like Stormmerge, it has like a bunch of different businesses. Yeah.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
place where you contracted the carriage that you all went into and met the nice Russian man, he basically, or you guys are across the street from that building, like in a place that is out of sight almost, but you can see around it, like you're standing, you have the cart off around the side of a building, definitely like out of sight.
Okay. Yeah. So Screep will, he'll just he'll give, he'll greet Thump again and kind of give him like a sad look, at at Alera's now beheaded corpse. Jesus Christ.
Oop, that's not what I meant to roll.
And
He's not a god in this world.
and
I was
Screep,
rolling a d20, I had the token selected.
Screep is going to say, when we're in a safer place, Screep can give Alera a proper send off, I think. But Screep would need to borrow some iron so I can get the materials. Basically, he's asking if Thump would be willing to,
Thump is, for lack of a
somebody.
better term, despondent. Like, completely and totally spaced out. He has his, like, belongings strapped to him. Still.
Gorag is Gorag. Hi.
Greg, I know I said you could make a friend, but I think he's in mourning right now because that was his friend. Referring to Alera, like the body.
Mm-hmm.
I think
But
in time you two can become
But
good
Gorag
friends.
knows it's not morning time. Gorag thinks you're talking about the time.
Yeah. I mean, he's just very sad right now.
Oh no. Gorag. Gorag lets him be.
Yeah. And if he's not really responding, he'll. I mean, he can explain it later. I don't think Aaron, aka Thump, is going to mind if Screep takes some of the gold so he can get materials for the ceremony.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna notice.
I'm
Legitimately
role-playing,
care.
yeah, I'm role-playing that Thump is, for lack of a better term, unconscious because of the shock they've underwent.
right.
They are basically like a passenger in their own body.
Hmm.
They can see things, but hardly any like outwardly directed like conversation, action, anything like that happens.
Right. Yeah, Screep will take the, if he can, whether he hears him or not is going to, I guess for lack of a better term, go through Thumb's belongings. He just needs 25 irons to
Okay,
make the purchase.
right. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Once he does that, he's going to go and he'll say to Gorag, can you watch my two friends here while I go buy a few things?
Gorag shall.
If Sazin shows up, tell him, and before I come back, he'll just let him know I'll be back soon.
And that's when Sazin shows up.
Caesar will probably show up. I'm assuming, depending on how long that walk was and how long the conversation with Clay was.
You guys are in the neighboring district, and also the conversations were probably equal length.
Yeah, then he'll probably show up either at the conversation Ed or probably like 5 minutes after he leaves.
Sure.
Is
Hello.
Gorag when I show up?
Yeah,
Again,
so
I'm gonna
yeah,
repeat
so
myself.
Screep leaves, and then Sazin shows up.
show up yet?
Screep show up. He left.
Did he say how long before he gets back?
Gorag no remember.
Thank you again for helping us, honestly.
Gorag says no problem. Gorag happy to help friend. You friend, right?
Considering what we did, we're bedfellows, essentially.
Gorag does not know what you mean by bed pillow.
Out of character, friends. But I know. Screep and Gorog talking to each other is just perfect because they
The
both
parts
use
the parts are
similar-
incompatible. It simply does not work. Go somewhere else.
You know that meme where the lady is watching as all the shapes fit into the square hole? That is Sazin watching Screep and Gorag talk. They're both technically correct, but it's not good to watch.
Where does the triangle go? That's right, the square hole.
So what does bedmate mean?
We're essentially friends.
Gorag made new friend. Yes.
Talk me to the large version. He's gonna slightly mumble. For now, you're not tired or anything carrying these two.
No, not at all.
Other than impressive. All right.
Gorag did this for a living, so Gorag very strong and very, very good at.
Well, perfect at least.
What's Screep doing?
He's going to like any like one of the any one of the shops in Storming Ridge that would have. Let me find the spell component. 25 GP, aka irons, worth of powdered silver. Powdered silver.
Powdered silver. Okay. There is a general goods store next to the Caravanassery. Like a kind of a squat stone building with a large pavilion over the top. That's kind of the theme of this place, is like outside of all the buildings are covered more so than not by like large roofed in air like pavilions. So you go into the store and it's just head to toe with random material goods, and it's honestly the perfect place to buy this kind of thing. You see the shopkeeper is organizing stock behind the counter, making notes in a book.
Yeah, so he'll go up to the shopkeep and ask, but do you... Oh my god, sorry, I'm getting sick. Anyways, he'll ask the shopkeep, hi, hello.
Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Scrape looking to buy some powdered silver.
All right. Can I interest you in a lovely canvas spread? It's 25 feet squared. We're running a special. We overshipped a couple. Can I interest you in that? 5 irons for a canvas. I could unfold it. It'd take the whole of that floor you're standing on.
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry. Scrape just looking for the powdered silver.
He takes the tarp like canvas and he unfurls it and like shakes it like you make a bed, like fucking furls it out. He's like, it's a lot of fabric for only 5 irons. It's a real good deal. We're trying to get rid of it, honestly.
Let's see. How about I make you a trade? I'll trade you this, and he points to his necklace for the tarp, and then also pay you for the silver.
That's an interesting trade. I don't see why not.
Which the necklace, by the way, is worth 10 GP or 10 irons.
Yeah. He like pulls out he takes out his hand and like extends it in your direction to like place the necklace.
He'll take off the amulet, the necklace. Kind of like look at it. Because the necklace to a degree does mean a lot to him. But
It's the
I think-
dragon amulet, right?
Yeah, like a small dragon necklace. It'd be like an eye, or like or like kind of like a small figure of a dragon.
Right. He's like, "Oh, you sure you want to part with this?"
He really thinks about it and says, "Yeah."
All right. You know, you're a nice fellow. I'll take 15 off. So, 15 irons for the lot.
I appreciate that. So it's 15. So to be clear, DM, so it's 15 irons for the tarp and the and the silver. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's it. Then that's the deal made.
All right,
What is-
pleasure
what-
doing business.
What is your name, by the way?
Name's Malachi.
Okay.
Own this shop long as I can remember, at least. You know how that goes.
Certainly. I think we could be friends. You know, I could, if I ever find stuff, I can come to you. I'm sure.
His facial expression leads you to believe that he'd like that.
Hell yeah! Straight making friends everywhere.
Screep has friends everywhere. Oh. Yeah, so he hands over the 25 by 25 tarp folded up pretty tightly, bound by like a rope. Hands it to you, and the silver powder he puts in like a little clay jar. Hands it to you. Is there anything else you'd be needing?
For now that will be all. Keep going out of town for a little while.
Out of town? Oh, it's a good time to do it, I hear. Lots of stuff going on at Combs Keep.
A little too much.
You should have put your visit off about a year or so. Rail will be done by then. Where are you headed?
We were given a mission to go north.
Ha! Good luck. Good luck. And he like sighs, paces back behind the counter. You don't need an insight check. He thinks that the friend he just made will be dead before he sees him again.
Scraping around. Been alive for a long time. Not Scrapers is very hardy.
You
Does
look
he
hard to
scream
kill,
again?
if you don't mind me saying.
Anyway, he said he doesn't look hard to kill, or he does look hard to kill.
You don't look hard to kill is what he said.
Okay. No, and Scrape has other friends too.
With friends like these, who needs enemies?
Exactly. But Scrape, I think, should be going now. Appreciate the service.
Yeah, good luck on your journey. I hope you do well.
Hey. Scrape will nod and carry out this tarp that's probably, even if folded up, definitely bigger than he is.
Yeah, it's like 3 feet across a bundle. It's pretty cool. You guys have a tarp now, by the way. Congrats.
Great.
So, Gorog has seen tiny people smaller than Greed before.
Sorry,
You've seen the fairy?
back.
Is he a
Yes,
fairy?
maybe. I don't know what fairy is. Gorag does not know what fairy. Gorag
But
just
the
saw
other
small.
tiny creature.
Ooh, funny. No, I don't know. Gorag does remember seeing smaller things than Screep.
Oh. Would have loved to hear about that, though if you don't remember, then it's gonna be really hard for me to figure out which creature it was.
Very hard to remember. Gorag no remember very much about Gorag's past. Gorag lost.
You are lost? How much can you remember?
Uh, Gorag just takes a few moments to think.
Is this you trying to remember, like, with a roll, or?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Second person with amnesia in the group.
It's very common
Uh,
these days.
well, Gorag remember working for company for 10 years, but before, Gorag no remember very much before.
Sorry, I'm back. My bad.
Worked at
I
company
keep-
for 10
I
years.
keep forgetting the name of the company. That's why I didn't say.
You know, it's in character.
DM, please tell me.
The Storming Ridge Logistics Company.
Okay, Gorag's only gonna call it the Storm Ridge because that's all he
Yeah.
would say.
That's what most
So
people do.
He does not know what logistics mean, or does he know how to say it?
I work for Storm Ridge Company.
What was that?
Yes.
I know that company, right, DM?
Yeah, you're here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I guess fair, yeah. I
Hmm.
probably should have been more reasonable. I should have asked, I haven't, if I'm assuming I haven't used the carrot system often, but how big is the company? 'Cause he said he's been here for 10 years.
Gorag's a lieutenant.
Oh, shit. Honestly, that's actually impressive, though. Do you not know where you're from at all?
Gorag does not remember that. Gorag does know he was alone before. That's all I remember. That's all Gorag remembers.
Wow.
What about new friend? What do new friend remember?
I remember a lot. Since especially I'm not from here. I'm technically from the south and the profligate.
So you just see Gorag slowly point in a few directions, trying to figure out what south is.
Goreg, do you think that you'd be the kind of person to go to public events in the city?
Yeah, he might not really know what's going on too much
Mhm.
if there's no explanation, but he would be the type, yes.
Oh, I just
So
realized.
yeah, so at a point in time, you went out for drinks, and then after you went to an event called the Fool's Carnival, where everyone piled into a big coliseum, and once every like 4 years or so, there's this event called the Fool's Carnival that's ran by a person in the court named the Fool. It's like a big thing. The whole city basically shuts down for it for almost a week. And you remember, while you were in the Coliseum seats, seeing, now that you think about it, Screep, Thump, the dead person possibly, you can't really tell without a head, and also Sazin participating in a giant combat with this slug worm thing that crawled on the walls of the Colosseum, and they won. And at the very end, I don't know if you would have stayed around for this, but you would have heard about it. Sazin made a wish to restore the Ashen Wastes to their former glory publicly and announced it. And you would probably recognize Sazin to be the person that did that.
Hmm. Gorag may have seen you.
Hmm.
Gorag saw you in Fool's thing. You fought Worm thingy. Did climb on walls?
I don't climb on walls, but technically.
Not you, the worm.
Oh. I mean, he remembers. Well, out of character, in character, remembers the worm nearly killing him multiple times.
Yeah.
Gorag had fun watching fight. Gorag wished he could join fight. Gorag likes fights.
I didn't realize you were in the city for that long today, or this last. couple
Gorag
of
just
weeks.
remembered that.
Ah.
Your face. Gorag remember something.
Hmm. Well, yeah, that was me.
I also saw Tiny Friend and Mr. Thing, machine. They say walking machine thing. He points at the carriage.
Yep. Yeah, all of us were there.
Ooh. Yeah. Very good. That was amazing. Very good. So, next time you fight, Gorag wants fight too.
There's a possibility we're about to go into a fight. We have.
Rah! Yes.
Well, we have to go up north, collect a vein, and there's probably a bunch of creatures up there. I mean, you are hired for a job, though, so they may not like you leaving for what could be weeks on end.
Gorag has no job for now.
And considering everything that's happened, there's no reason I cannot say you can join us. Though, technically we have. He looks over at Lyra, sullen, an extra spot.
Gorag does do carriage protection job too.
Well, if we're lucky, we don't have to worry about the carriage being attacked when we go up there, at least. If we're lucky.
And that's probably when Screep comes back. If they're here.
Assuming Sam is here.
Yeah.
I guess DM if you want as well. I'm going to take a quick message to Edrin saying, I am okay leaving city.
Okay. Yeah, good. He doesn't
Yeah, he probably should know.
necessarily. Yeah, he doesn't necessarily respond.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wanted to let him know. Seiza is going to lean on the wall and kind of sit back with the mission being 100% successful, and now fuming in his head going, if he was slightly faster, the head would still be on the body and she could have still lived.
Yes.
Okay.
Common
sorry.
problem. You've returned from the store trip back to the carriage. Or the cart.
I'm guessing you see Sazin, so.
Yeah, Sazin and Gorag are both
hear
there.
all this or no, by the way?
Not the whole thing. Like, maybe the
It's
end.
not, I meant out of character.
Oh.
Sam, did you hear it?
No, I was here. I'm sorry. I was just messaging someone. I cannot focus on two things at once apparently.
No, you're fine. I just want to make sure you heard all that before I
Yeah.
was like, here's a recap, but it's fine.
Yeah, I got I got the gist of what was going on, more or less.
What now?
Great, considering what has happened to one of our compatriots in the mission we are going to do now. Would you be opposed if Gorak here joined us?
Ah, Gorak, help.
No, Screep would not be opposed. Screep was actually hoping we'd have another friend. Why Screep brought him along in our mission to save them, or at least one of them.
I noticed a tarp on his back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's carrying it to
Yeah.
his side.
Where did you want to bury her? Or do we ask Fump in this case if he can even respond?
He'll say, oh, because I mean, out of character, Aaron said that he would want Elara to have been cremated, but
So, logistically, I could, if DM it's possible, I could get Edrin to do it.
Cremate her?
Essentially, find a place to cremate her. And we'd have to be very quick, though, is the main concern. We would have to, I guess, exit out the city. I don't know if Edrin would have places or things he could use to cremate her.
Can you make a history
And-
check?
Yeah, I'll do that. Because logistically, a place to cremate people is hard.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Previously, when you've had that problem, they've always taken them to the flesh crafters. Just dropped it off. No price, nothing. Just dropped it off at the flesh crafters.
So there is something we could. Does Edrin have a bag of holding?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So
Shove the body in the bag of holding.
yes,
Oh.
shove the body in the bag of holding. He takes it over to the flesh crafters. He gets it cremated, and then he can keep it safely so that when Fump gets back, he will have her ashes. Because
You think that's feasible?
logistically- Yes, that's the most reasonable thing we can do, unless we want to sneak over to the flesh crafters right now, cremate the body, and then run back.
Mhm.
Which is not safe and can get Fump killed.
Yeah.
Unless one of us
mean,
goes, unless one of us goes alone, and then we get one of them killed.
Could ask Goreg to do it.
I guess yeah, but I guess you give Gorag the. That's a lot of instructions, though. You really trust it that much? I guess,
We're
yeah.
gonna trust Gorag with this.
All right. So what is Sazin thinking?
Well, I guess out of character, Sam, you're okay with it. I guess the options I have is give the bag of holding Alera. Gorag goes over, cremates, comes back, gives ashes to. How long does the cremation take?
Like an hour.
Yeah, we'd have to sit here for an hour and hope they don't figure out where we are. Or other option is I give Alera's body to Edrin, he gets it cremated, and he keeps it safe so that when we come back, he can hand the ashes over to Thump.
I mean, that's assuming if we're coming back, though, is the thing.
Yeah, but to be fair, if we're dead when we go up there, I don't think it's gonna really matter if we get it cremated an hour later. And Thump is definitely coming back. He's probably gonna be like, I want to kill those two.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we can also just wait and for next week when Matt comes back, when Thump is
Yeah, I mean,
back.
I'd probably just say wait, because I mean, Scrape's whole thing, he just wants to, have the body cremated at
Alright.
the very least, and then perform like his ceremony.
Sure.
To have that send off before giving Thump the ashes, because I also know what Thump wants to do with the ashes. I asked him
Yeah.
before the game. He wanted to spread them in Alera's bar, or like some of them in like the basement of their bar, and then keep a portion of the ashes.
All right. So I think that's when the cameras cut out on the party.
Which, by the way, I'm also going to be having to leave in like
Yeah.
15 minutes. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah, we're also
Same.
leaving me.
Yeah, the new cutoff time is 9. Like dead dead cutoff. So we'll probably do goals at like quarter of like now.
It's
So it's perfect.
yeah, because Dump Truck joined my my group, and we do it right after your sessions. So
Goddamn.
All right.
yeah.
So
Back to back D&D.
Oh yeah. Back
so
to
what
back.
happens? What we see is
Yeah, no,
it's
I
a
know,
camera
I know.
perspective focused directly on Clay and his bag, and we follow him through the city. And the camera's squarely focused on the bag and like where Clay is walking. You can see Clay's like lower half. He walks and walks. There's a bit of a time lapse. He basically goes inside of a building, tile floors. He goes up a set of stairs, and he knocks on the door 3 times. When the door opens, you hear, "Oh, is that... Why'd you bring that here? That is not something I want. I thought you'd have some use for it. Me and Peter kind of thought. I'll take it. Sure. Go back. I certainly hope we can glean some information from him. Would mean great things for us. All right. I will do that, sir." And we see another time lapse of the like red leather saturated in blood on the inside bag all the way back to the Narrows. You see the door open and Peter's standing or sitting at the desk on the other side of the room, sort of pans up, keeping the camera floating above the door, and Peter looks very disappointed. The cage door is open. What happened? He's fucking gone, man. What are we gonna do? We're gonna be in deep fucking shit for this, man. I don't know what... And that's where it cuts.
Okay, look.
Oh,
By
man.
the way, I respect Thump's wishes, but I just don't want Thump all of us to die to fulfill Thump's wishes.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worse.
Because here's the thing, we're gonna have it beheaded like Alera.
Look, if we have to fulfill Thumb's wishes, at worst we get into a fight with them. We get with Thumb wants revenge. At worst.
No, at worst we get captured and get our heads cut off.
That is the
I
worst
know.
case scenario.
Yes.
We've discovered this session. That is the worst case scenario.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I don't think that DM wants to end the campaign that early.
Who knows? The dice decide this
Because
shit.
of our own mistakes, that we would deserve that. I guess yeah, we
All
probably
right.
right. Speed through XP.
All right, goals. Goals.
Goals.
All
The
right,
only goal I had
Season.
is to make a new friend.
Yeah, let's do you first so you can like go prep for the session and all that. You're level 4.
Yeah.
You had make another friend, and just simply due to the fact that making the friend that you made, I assume that's Season, it involved
Yeah.
carting around a corpse in a busy city. I'll consider that a hard goal, if not deadly, but I think hard is probably accurate for this. Because you didn't necessarily come into any danger or have to make any rolls, really, other than...
I mean, true be told, because they kept me further off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
so...
I still
Go ahead.
Still had the whole body, man. That was weird.
You were the one who rolled to get him to lay down. If you would have failed that, that would be different. So I think that'll be deadly. I didn't think about that.
Oh yeah.
So 500 times 3... So that's 1,500 for that.
Huzzah!
All right, and that's your goals for this session.
I'll figure some other goals if I can.
All right, and I'll post that in your XP chat right away. And yeah, you're good after that.
Cool.
First goal completed is a deadly goal. This should go well.
Yeah.
Season. I think you work towards harvesting a newly formed local fissure.
Yeah, we're getting out. We're leaving.
Yeah,
we're
you're
going.
definitely working towards it. So work towards
Cool.
one plus
Okay.
figure out why your eyes glowed. I don't think you worked towards that this session. But rescuing Thump is definitely a deadly goal.
I should have added like rescue Thump without causing a fight to
Dude.
make it high. I don't know if I would have made it high. I could have made
Yeah,
it higher.
Well,
so
I mean,
that-
deadly
yeah.
is the highest that can go, though.
give me extra deadly. Give me more.
Supreme.
Extra-
I have in the past scaled it up past deadly, and I would do that if you made enough qualifying statements, because the harder the more you qualify a goal, the harder it is. Like it's a directly proportional line.
Yeah.
So
I didn't think we were gonna even live, so that's fine.
and you're level 4,
Yep.
so you get 1700 XP this session.
Do
Do you
I
level
make
up?
the cut? I think I made it.
Screep, do you think that you trust Thump more now? Do you have his trust?
Trauma trust.
I mean, I think by the end, Screep did call Thump a friend again, so yeah.
Dude, this guy's not even here and he finished a hard goal. So what's 375 times 3? 1125.
I have a new goal that I may have just came up with, and I might have to write it down.
Awesome.
I am gonna help them get to their location.
There we go.
So I
More gold.
want to help them get to their location safely.
Why is D&D Beyond loading?
Oh,
Come on.
I'll go ahead and put that in your XP chat, Season. Sorry.
Perfectly fine.
Oh, I also should
Did you
change.
do any dumb stuff?
What'd you say?
I have a new goal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's to help them get to their location safely.
I would just
All
write
right.
it down right
Yeah, if you put it in your XP chat, like in the Discord channel, Gorag XP, just type it in there. That would be the best way to do that. That's why we have the channels there. And that is a really good goal, by the way, because there is a quest to make it to the Obsidian Peaks. And also, if you put goals, you can double dip. So it's nice. And then Screep.
Yes.
Save Thump and retrieve Alera's body to perform a funeral rite that Lithius once knew.
So you completed one half of it, but not
You
the other half.
got
so-
part of her body. And if you got her...
So I can prepare my session.
Okay. Yeah, I'll meet you there after.
See you there.
All right, so goal 1, save Thump and retrieve Alera's body to perform a funeral rite, is definitely a deadly. If you would have gotten the whole body, that would have been deadly plus, quote unquote. So
Mhm.
you're level 5?
Yes.
Dude, that is crazy. A deadly for level 4 is 500, a deadly for level 5 is 1100.
Yeah.
Did Screep level up?
I'm sorry.
So
Remember-
that's
I
it's
don't
actually
even-
it's not even that.
Like a level
It's
5?
3300 because it's times 3.
Uh,
So Screep leveled up.
I don't know. I mean, I still have some other. I don't think I even. Well, I don't know. I don't even know.
What's your XP right now?
Well, no, he needs 14,000. He's at
And
like
then-
8175.
I don't think you work towards the second.
Yeah, second one, but I don't think you worked. Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, unless you want. Again, it's a whole thing. Unless you want to count. the
You
dreams
invited
as
him about Goreg.
Yeah.
I think just the fact that you invited him to help rescue your friends just leads to the working towards XP.
Okay.
And then learn more about who Lithius was. I don't necessarily think you work towards that this session.
Okay. I mean, I guess. Like, it just really depends on what you want to count his dreams as, because that's where we kind of started off. Beginning of the
Yeah,
session,
I don't want it to
is-
be like every time you have a flashback you get a goal
Right,
complete
yeah.
or anything like that. I think that's a
Okay.
3550 is a good amount of XP. I think it is the highest XP that we have seen.
Okay.
All right.
I have 3 level
So-
spell slots.
How many?
3550.
And I think that's the session.
Okay.
That was a good
sorry,
one.
It was a good. Thanks for the session. Sorry, I'm having to